everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday. Welcome back to a Fresh Friday stream. I hope everybody's doing good. Kitty cat, you want to say hi? Here, maybe we can adjust this. I've been messing with things and I want less window and more cat. I can make that happen. That's within my power. Let's go. Less window. And then more cat. Yeah, there we go. Pickles, thank you very much for the 32-month resub. Very much appreciated. Sub goal. I gotta pop it onto this scene as well. I would like to state at the beginning that it's not that important and that it's just a thing that I'm doing because I don't know. I'd say fun, but I mean money. Hello all. Hello. How you guys doing? More cat, always better. Production value. We finally got a new intro, and I knew I was stabbing myself in the foot with a fork because I did it, because I was filming it in Veldraken, and I'm like, the second that War Within, or indeed War Within beta comes out, you're gonna need to do it again. But I've tried to save my project so it's easier to update, so I don't have to do it all from scratch. Does that dragon mount use the same model as the Slither Drake? It might use the same skeleton. I think calling it the same model is a stretch. It's got trees. Archon the Arcane, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I am doing just like a real quick time rift because I think that this might be the last one I need to do on my evoker to finish the Sword Army rep, and I wanna do that. I wanna wrap up that loose end. Yeah, I could have done it in. I thought about doing it in Elwyn, and then I could have just left it forever because that does sound like me, as to have the same intro like forevermore. But this is fine. We can always, if I get sick of it, I can always do that next time. I will. Yeah, I'll put the sub goal on the screen after we beat this boss, assuming that we can indeed beat the boss. Good. Oh, I meant Scott. Sorry, I'm nothing if not pedantic. Yeah, I think it's the same like animation framework. I don't know. I'm just talking. I hope you're well. Invincible finally dropped for me. I squealed. My 3-year-old came in, asked if I was okay. The farm is finally over. Aww. Aw, it's adorable. Congratulations. You're free. You can leave ICC. Despite everything happening at Blizzard, indeed still hopeful for the future. Well, they've yeah, it's a rough week. But I have like grim confidence just because they've survived a bajillion things, and the game, generally speaking, hangs on. Hardcore intro screen, gnome walking around Thunderblow. Remember when it was Ouroboros? Oh, I got a cosmetic. I don't even think I had an encapsulated destiny up. Maybe I did, but I got a sword that I needed. That's nice. Cursed Blade of the Scourge. Very good, very good. And I also got 106 rep. Yeah, my reputation with Sword Army is now legend. Thank you very much. This is a big day for me. You don't think I'm pedantic? Is this like double layered irony where there's a more specific thing and you're being pedantic? Or is this just like a nice thing that people say to each other? The sword indeed does look ugly, but it's okay. What do I get? What do I get? Glad you're here. Sword Army thinks I'm a legend. Oh, thank you. So she's gonna give me the unparalleled title on my whole account and Legend of the Multiverse. Thank you very much. And a box with 70 flakes? 70? Elixia Unparalleled. Really? Hang on a second. Let me look at this title. Do we think that needs like a comma? If you're gonna put the unparalleled after the name. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It'll do. I have a question. Shoot, go for it. Okay, well, that's one thing done. And that does mean that I no longer need to be saving up fragments. I can do time rifts on other characters, and indeed I would like to do that because I basically have all of the male transmog sorted. But it would be nice to be working on like this set for other stuff. So I'm gonna send over one flake box to Inksy. And then I was gonna put the sub goal on the screen, and then I was gonna maybe look into freehold mount runs today. Sound like fun? Is the champion of the Dragonflies title account bound, or is it only for the character that's done the epilogue? I might be able to figure that out because I'm pretty sure I did the epilogue. I did it on Inksy. What is the title? Champion of the Dragonflights? Champion of the Frozen Wastes. One moment. Here, let's mail the crate over before I forget. Now I'm questioning whether or not I indeed did the epilogue. I thought that's what the smoochy scene was. Maybe there was more that I didn't do. Might have missed something. Inksy can have a little 500 crates box. Let's take a look. Not account wide? Why? For what? Good morning, Hazel. I want to thank you so much for showing us your solo shuffle grind because for the first time ever, I've made progress towards a vicious mount. Just 96% to go. Nice! Hey, you did 4%. You can do a 96. It's the same thing. It's just the more. I don't know where the accent's coming from. It was indeed the smoochy scene. So Professor Inksy must be champion of the Dragonflights. She's a fun gal. She's a predator, which is like an uncomfortable title to put on. Champion of... Yeah, it is character specific. For what? Oh, well. Inner transmog cute. I had to pick something to put her into for the new intro, and I thought, what do I want to look at myself wearing for the next, like... Well, realistically, like 5 months. Not that long. Purple looks great on you. Why, thank you. Speaking of, wigs, let me see. Browser source. Twitch sub goal. And then maybe I'm gonna make that a little bit not as tall. Maybe like half the height. And maybe it doesn't need to be that long either. Maybe we cut that down to like... No, that's not right. What about an extra 0? There we go. And then we can like scale it down a little bit. Or a lot. And we can plunk it... Here, let me put my UI back up so I can figure out where I wanna plunk that. I mean, if I make it like camera width, it's gonna be kind of small, but I think small is fine. So if I want to chunk another like, I don't know, 400 pixels off of that thing, and then maybe make it like 170 tall. Yeah, something like that. That's nice. That'll work. Make it bigger. Hate it when Blizzard does those titles that aren't account bound. I can kind of sort of understand when it's something like a rank 1 gladiator title. Although they might have even relaxed on those. I don't remember. Where you've achieved something like incredibly challenging and very class specific on that character, and it's like a prestige that's very specific to that character. I can kind of sort of understand that. But like watching the epilogue, I don't know. It's not something I feel like they're expecting us to replay, but I'm sure some people will end up wanting to replay it just to get that title on more characters. I want to actually, you know what I want to do? Let's do a couple of mount... Well... Yeah, let's do a couple of mount runs just to get the instance timer ticking down. Also, I need to remember where it was that I think Scary needs to go do a mount run. Also, we need to admire her transmog. Isn't she beautiful? Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's true. I hate it, but it's true. I hate it when there's like good advice or wisdom or whatever. And you've seen it embroidered and on posters, and you've heard it a bajillion times in different iterations. And you're like, I knew that already. And then your brain extrapolates, so it can't possibly work because, like, I've known this the whole time. So if that was the answer, then that's stupid. Sometimes it's the answer. She's going to Freehold. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to Freehold. If I do saved instances show, I can see I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my Freehold chances for the week so far. Not too bad, not too bad. For some reason, one of my hunters is 4 of 5 tasks for Community Feast. I wonder how that happened. I'm just gonna drag and ride my way from Drustvar currently. Oh! No, I'm getting distracted. I'll come back to that. Maybe. I think I got my Grim Campfire toy. I put some streams on. And I think I got my Grim Campfire and I want to check it out, but I'm like 4 layers deep in things that I'm trying to remember to do, so I'm gonna get back to that one. We're gonna do this Freehold mount run first. Hi, Hazel. Although the news at Blizzard was sad, I wanted to say kudos to the one employee who, before he got fired, used as many one-year subcodes that he had from working there and now has an active WoW sub until late 2033. Oh, man. It's doing something. Do you remember how long you had to wait for it to rain in Jaguar Isle? I think I shard hopped for that. I think I server hopped for that until I found an instance of it that was raining, I think. However, that was back before they changed shard hopping, I think, and now you would need somebody to be in, like, Stranglethorn Vale to help you server hop. Well, I don't know. Next best bet would be just to leave a character out there and just log in and check it, like, every morning or however often, whenever you, like, log in to play for the first time, and just take a quick look and see if it's raining, and then go about your day if it's not. Still waiting for them to make Slayer of stupid, incompetent, and disappointing minions a permanent title. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Miss Kira. Yo, Hazel, if World of StarCraft came out, you tried it. What race would you try first? Zerg. Always Zerg. Zerg was, like, the most fun-looking one. I never, like, I tried to get into StarCraft, which was strange. I don't remember why that was a thing, but I thought I was going to have a StarCraft phase. And Zerg always just looked... I liked the aesthetic of the Zerg the best. It seemed the most fun. Organic. Alive. Dungeon difficulty, mythic, very good. Remember getting it? Took a long while. Find it so exciting to see we're both in the same zone. Before I remember, not only different realms, different server regions. It was the thing to do at the time. Honestly, it was kind of after the time it was the thing to do. Mind you, it wasn't recently, but I think I picked up StarCraft in like 12-ish, I think, would have been about the time. I don't know what I thought I was gonna do. I think I just thought I was gonna play StarCraft. I think that was the whole thing. I thought it was gonna be fun. I thought there was gonna be like a lot of people that were like playing and that would want to play like with me. Not so much. Especially when you like Korea. This predated my Korea phase, actually. It was I didn't get into that until a couple of years later. What's you after this morning? Oh, an assortment of things. This right here, I'm looking for shark bait from Freehold. I'm looking for the mount off the last boss, and I wouldn't say no to. I still need a plate and a leather helmet from the last one too. So there's that. I wanted to... What was that? Oh! I want to look at my Grim Campfire toy. I wanted to maybe do a little bit of work on... Legion class order hall mounts. I was working on the Paladin mounts. I started the Paladin mount class order hall campaign. I made it as far as getting the mission table section, like the 5 demon blood. I got my 5 demon blood, but I haven't done anything else since. And I like had a dream that I was working on it, and I still need to finish it. I think there's a prophecy I need to fulfill somewhere. So there's that one. There's actually quite a few mounts that I could be working towards. There's not so many pets anymore. I'm mainly caught up on pets.
Phase 2.
I forget what... Oh, I still need to keep an eye out for Claws for Concern. I haven't finished Blue Lou yet. Next time it's up, I just need to use ults and cheese it. Any luck? Nope. Okie dokie. But I was going to do a handful of Freehold attempts just to get my instance lockout cap counting down. I'll leave Scary out here for now, but she might end up hearthing back if anybody needs her to tank anything. Yeah, I had a K-pop phase. I had a big K-pop phase. I would say 2016 through 18 was like my big K-pop years. Working on a certain achievement. The light came to you in a dream. Maybe it's a sign you should play Gothic. Is that a game? Or is it just where we put on like a lot more makeup and dramatic clothing before we stream? Okay, let's do another. Well, you know what? I want to check out my Grim Campfire. Did I get it? I thought I claimed it. Yeah, it came through. There we go. So this is what the current Twitch drop is for. Details about the Twitch drop here if anybody wanted them. You can earn it in this stream. I do have drops turned on. You watch 4 hours of stream, and before January 30th, so there's a couple more days on this. And it's a campfire toy. It's like one of the Scourgy looking ones that they had in Northrend. It used to be a TCG item that they put out. And now you can get it for the Twitch drop for a limited time only. make sure you claim that if you want it and stuff. What am I doing? I was going to do another freehold run. I was going to find another character. It's where like everyone was into K-pop in 2016. It had a moment for sure. It had a big wave. You typed the command wrong? I did. And you know what's funny is I literally have a button that I can press that would type the command for me. So why are we typing? I would like to be a mentor, so I need 2K quests. Like done? Like you need to do 2,000 quests? That's a lot of quests. Okay, so it's her turn. She also needs to check her mission table. There could be pet charms there. Typing so 2023. Coffee good. Any pet charms? I didn't send any missions out. There is a pet charm mission. Is it going to send it for me? Invasive action? I think it's too advanced. I think, despite the fact that this was literally my Shadowlands main, and I played her for as long and I did as many missions as I did on any character, I think I still apparently don't have what I need to guarantee a good success rate in this. I can try and put it together and see what it looks like. I can just put my 60s in. Maybe like a nice healer. He does an AoE healing. He does a closest ally healing. I can put a healer in behind and then like, I don't know. Who else was really good? I feel like he was really good. Melees. I was never very good at this game. I mainly just had, but I don't know, like, what the odds are. I don't have anything that's going to calculate the odds for me. Clearly, TLDR did not think that it was worth sending. Carrion followers are terrible. Yeah, well, it's too late now. Go back in time and, well, no, I wanted to be Kyrian. I like the transmog. Do I want to send this mission? Sure. Good luck, guys. Go for it. Do your best. Worst case scenario, 50 anima. Oh no, I was going to do Freehold. That's right. I was on that character for a second reason. Only done 230. Sounds like you're going to be busy for a while. Hi, guys. Hello, Tempest. How you doing? Yeah, I was bitter in Shadowlands about the Covenants being like a choice, but not like an even choice, because I wanted this one because this one was pretty, so I did this one. And then I had to put up with the fact and being reminded of the fact that I was doing it wrong for like 3 patches until they finally chilled out. I did fine, mind you. It wasn't a big problem. I got a lot of the cosmetics collected, which is mainly what I wanted, but holy moly. That was a thing. Look at all our Shadowlands dungeon portals. I was gonna go, if I wanted to get to Kultira's. Oh yeah, she's got a Kultira's wormhole generator, so we can just see if we get lucky. I think it could put me anywhere. It could put me like pretty far away, but yeah, that's okay. We can still dragon ride over there. Do I got a dragon riding mount? This'll do. All my mission table farmers were Night Fae. Their troops are OP. I made all of mine Necrolord, but that's because I was also at the same time doing Necrolord Necroray eggs, and I wanted the extra chances that Necrolords get at those, and it still took like a really long time. Still haven't done all the quests I need for Mentor in my main. I've used since 9.0. Now I'm wondering, what is the achievement called? Is it called the Mentor achievement? Let me see. Tormentor's Tango. Jailer's Gauntlet. That can't be right. Let me look for this. I want to know where I'm at. I have the Seeker, so maybe it was part of one of these. Complete 2,000. Do I have the Mentor title? Okay, the tab for all the Hearthstones. That is a add-on called Tome of Teleportation. Tome of Teleportation. Extra chance, some might say. Keep forgetting about Old World Dragon Riding. Remembered, made it from Southwestfall to Stormwind Mage Tower in like 30 seconds. It's really nice. It's so fast. There's nothing else to be doing if you want to clear a lot of ground really fast. Maybe after this Freehold run, you know, we'll celebrate because of course we're gonna get the mount, so we need to do a little dance. But then after that, I wanna. This is no good comes of not writing a list. No good comes of not writing a list. It was something to do with my priest. I know I was talking about Legion class order Hallmounts and Anthus, and that's waiting. It was something to do with my priest. Oh, Outland Dragon Racing. That's actually not what I was thinking of, but that was another thing that I wanted to do. Was I want to do Outland Dragon Racing, and I want to get enough badges on my priest to buy the toy, because I never got the manuscript of Endless Possibilities, so I can actually, you know, get the new version of it, because I never got the old version of it before they fixed it. And then I want to try it out. Dragon riding for Chatras to the eye was so nice. Don't have to manually fly for so long anymore. Is it now possible to do every Covenant campaign in one character? I believe so. Because you wouldn't lose any progress when you switch Covenants. Bitter that I bought the manuscript and then I had to buy the toy too without the refund for the manuscript. Oh. Hopefully they hit you with the refund eventually and that you can use those badges like one day for something. That's a bummer. I think I'm going to end up having to do like all of the Outland Dragon races, even though I only need 40 badges and not 80. I think because I'm just kind of doing each of the races once, the fastest way to get the 40 badges is still probably to do that quest that has you just like try each race once, or finish each race once. But at least we can dragon ride around between them. I wasn't going to get it when it was just a manuscript, but now that it's a toy, I think I would like it. The completionist in me wants gold each race. One day, maybe something will talk me into that, and then I'll have like a really big project, because I wouldn't have done, especially if you're trying to do like gold and also the advanced and the reverse. There's like a lot of achievements you can get there. It's a lot you can do. I haven't been convinced of doing it myself. It's just too many things. Oh, I was going to look for Clause for Concern. I was going to check on my priest. I was going to take a look at the Emerald Dream and see if I can find it up. Alright. One mount, please. This is not one of my characters that has modern gear. If I ever leveled more characters with the intent of getting more than 17 freehold chances a week, and also just to round out my collection, because I think, no good. I'm still missing a monk. I'm leveling, technically, Molly Wobbles the monk. Molly Wobbles the Mechano Mistweaver monk. And then a mage of some description. I might, like, after I level them, like, play them just long enough to get them to, like, I don't know, 400. Get him a little bit of gear. Okay, she can go back because she'll have missions to do. Dig time if you're interested. Dig time. I think I'm going to sit the digs out today. I think I got more or less... I mean, I do want to do digs still, but I think I'm going to mainly do weekly digs, especially now that I've realized that that's what you need for the Hape achievement, is just you get progress for doing it every week. You can get more progress, I think, if you do it like on a bunch of characters, but I'm sure I'll do at least 6 weeks worth of digs. Outland Cup was a lot easier compared to the other ones. There's a title for gold and everything. Yeah. What is your favorite mage spec? None of them, apparently. I can never stick with mage for very long. I think the thing that I'm so used to playing hybrids that I'm not used to playing a class that cannot just spam heal myself when needed to either like recover after combat or like, I don't know. I'm used to playing things with more self-healing. I have the same problem when I play warrior as well. Is that I'm used to having more on-demand self-healing. Arcane is pretty. I think Arcane's really pretty. I think I don't like the idea of having to rely on my healers. Or, you know, trust that there will be healers. Even a class like Hunter has, like, you know, the extra leech and their exhilaration and stuff. I was checking Claws. No Emerald Dream. Carpe Diem. No luck. Oh, but you know what else? When I'm getting distracted and remembering things that I wanted to do. Ochre Dream Talent. Ochre Dream Talent. Let's go take a look and see what I'm supposed to do next, because I do not remember, but I'm pretty sure I need to do something. Why play a mage? Just to have one for the Mog collecting mainly. Do you know the movie The Santa Claus with Tim Allen? It took me until late last year to realize that it's a clause, why you become Santa. It's not the Santa Claus is spelled with an E at the end now. Blew my mind. I must have seen that movie, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. Maybe I just saw the thumbnail for it a bunch of times when scrolling on like streaming services and stuff. Let's pick up the Dream Seeds Weekly. Is it you? You have something for me to do to my tree, maybe? Hello? I think we have a chance. We need to begin revitalizing the soil. Collect some fish bones from fathomless lurkers. Yes, I can do that. I think that's the right quest that I need to be working on here. Ice block heals you. But it's also like on a major defensive cooldown. And food is the slowest thing. It's like the slowest way to heal that's ever been invented. It's like you're waiting for your bones to grow back. Hi, kitty cat. Enjoy Frost Mage, but I always fall out of love when I can't heal myself ever. Yeah, the portals are nice. That's true. Tim Allen murder Santa, become Santa. You know, Christmas stuff. Oh. I like floating water plants. I think they're pretty. I'm going... Yeah, that's right. There we go. Let's take care of our thing. To become a Dark Iron Dwarf Mage with Engineering, you can go pretty much anywhere. Maybe I need to be a Draenei Mage so that I have Gifted the Naru. Maybe that will make me feel better. The main racial, maybe there's more, but the main racial that is like an on-demand heal. You can even use Gifted the Naru on other people if you want. Sometimes I used to like trying to be helpful, you know. People don't usually notice. I was thinking this morning before I got out of bed, like if I was gonna make that mage, what race do I want my mage to be? Because it could be anything. Like mages, anything can be a mage except for a Drakthir. And I don't know. And then I thought, you are thinking about problems that are like 19 steps away and also not that important. You should probably get out of bed. Nightborn or Void of. Or you can just try to learn to kite. It's okay that I don't like your class. It's okay. A nice 3-minute 20% heal is kind of nice if I just got absolutely slapped in a key. Draenei Mage saved my own skin. Too lazy to spell. So I'm not going to do Nightborn or Mechanome because those... I had Nightborn and Mechanome mages previously. And they were lost in the Purge. And for some reason, I don't like recreating exact characters that were lost in the Purge if I can avoid it. I want to like do something different. I feel like I've done that. Like I did that and it was cool and I liked it and it's over now and I want to do something else. So I'm not going to do Nightborn. I don't know. I'm probably not going to decide right now. I was just thinking about it. Found Frost Mage surprisingly durable and Solar Board. I want to like my mage, but they never hold my interest. Miss Early Shadowlands Fire Mage. Sun King's Blessing made me so sad. I had a bit of fun with Season 2 Shadowlands Fire Mage. It was just very powerful. It was... Oh. There's a rare in here. It was really good. And I saw all the other mages like hopping up and down while they were doing their big burst damage. And I thought, well, that looks like fun. I wonder if I could learn how to hop up and down while I do my big burst damage. So I made a Fire Mage and I did that. This is nothing to do with my quest. I'm just getting distracted. Can I solo it? Of course I can. Who do I think I am? I get? Oh, just a blue seed. Man, I was hoping there was apparently some bracers you could have gotten from that. The hopping is actually essential. You can also strafe if you like. I found that when I was doing it, that technically, practically speaking, if you were like an absolute god, if you were a legend at pressing buttons exactly when you meant to, you didn't like, it wasn't that hopping made you do more damage, it was that it prevented you from hard casting a pyro when you needed to be only casting it via instant casts. So if you were like really dialed into your rotation, you could do it without hopping. But there was no reason to do that when you could just jump around like a maniac. Plus, it's way more fun to be like on fire and jumping around because it like, you know, you might jump if you were on fire until your tendons went. Think of how interesting and different the transmog options would be with the Eridar skin. Yeah. I would just be the whole time being like, why am I not a warlock though? Like, why did I make an Eridar and not make it a warlock? Heritage armor you're missing? Worgen and... Oh. I think I might just pretend I'm not missing Worgen heritage armor. Make a priest, but only if I can make her look like that troll boss in Taldazar. Yeah, you could probably do a, like a Zandalari priest that gets pretty close. Okay, happy with this? Taking it back to the seed. Goofy male Worgen animations. You could always use another druid. What about priests and hunters? What if I continue to have no mages, but I just make more priests and hunters? I don't think we have a priest and a hunter of every class or every race yet. I always found Worgen casting animations to look incredibly silly. Worgen in general look a little bit silly. I think my best chance of having a Worgen and keeping it, which is something I've not succeeded in yet, would be to do a male Worgen and do some kind of melee. I think that's my closest chance, but I'm also not that committed to it. I don't really need to have every race. How many mans do you have? 800 and something. 854 total. 776 that this character can use. The Worgen casting animations are so dramatic. Melee Worgen. I see what you've done. Do I have? Yeah, there's still music going on here. Just got a little quiet. They'll look much less silly firing a gun. Taurens are the goofiest looking. I've managed to... I feel like female Taurens have some kind of an unexpected grace to them. Male Taurens they hit the ridiculous button for me. Okay. And then, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's not doing great. It's pretty early on. That's okay. Should I slam some seeds just to get this weekly done and then like buy a piece of transmog? That's not an awful idea. Is there any reason to do the Dream Warden's rep weekly? I could at least pick it up. I don't have to finish it. Okay, but the real question, Hazel. All right, I'm ready. What's the real question? I like my male Worgen Outlaw Rogue. Can also fire a gun. Would you dress your furry Worgen in the Wendigo woolies? Oh man. I can't tell if that would make it better or 1,000 times worse. Male Tauren DK named Diablo. The only reason I ever made a male Tauren. That's pretty good. You could do a Warlock too, right? Like a Tauren Warlock with a name like that. That would also work. Epic gear from the weekly, make enchanting mats? Yeah, I guess so. I suppose. You are correct. Tauren Warlock. Grim Totem. It's something they let them do pretty recently, right? Like, was it around when they let Draenei do it? Torlock. I don't have a great deal of Warlocks. I think I just have Boy. I think I just have the one Warlock. But I don't know if Warlock is one of those ones where I feel like I need more. Start at your favorite place, the Darkmoon Fair. Do they really? Oh, that's funny. Had to get that pun out of my system. It's a good healer, pairing-wise. Made a Frost Mage. Party we need a healer for. Need to make a new tune. There depends. There's lots of good ones. They're all. I'll start it by saying that they're all fine. Rankings for which one performs best are going to differ between raid and dungeon content, and they're going to change throughout the patches. I think that the best move is to find one where the playstyle appeals to you. Do you want to be healing in melee? Maybe that's more of like a Mistweaver Monk or a Holy Paladin. If you want to be doing something like more cooldown based and traditional, then maybe that's more of a Holy Priest or like a Resto Shaman. Maybe you want to be super hot spaced. Maybe that's your Resto Druid. Maybe you want to play a different game altogether. That's a Preservation Evoker. Like it depends kind of on what sounds fun to you, I think. What aesthetic appeals to you, what playstyle appeals to you. Boy is a legend. We have a bunch of deadlocks in hardcore. What do you mean a bunch? Define a bunch. There was one. I have a bunch of dead warriors in hardcore. I think I knew you didn't care for Worgen. It still hurts to hear you say, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's just for my own characters. It's not like a big indictment. I wouldn't remove them from the game or anything. I'm glad people like them. Oh yeah, I forgot about Discipline Priest. I forgot that was an option. Yeah, Mistweaver and Disc Priest are both kind of DPS to heal sort of specs at the moment. I don't know much about how Mistweaver does it. I don't know if it's like their whole kit or just part of it. And Disc would do that from ranged, whereas Mistweaver would do it from melee. Off topic, but my 7-month-old has not long woke up, keeps smiling and cooing at you. Aww. Hi. What was your most painful tattoo? Floating on a deer for a tattoo in the front side of my ribs. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. You're gonna feel that one. I have not done ribs. Inner elbow. And this part right here, like this section of where it's like getting towards your armpit. Anything in like the inner parts of you, like the vulnerable parts, are gonna hurt a little bit more because your nervous system is like, hey, you're not supposed to get hurt there. That's where all of the good stuff is. They're getting the squishy bits. But, you know, it hurts for X amount of time when you're getting it done, and then you have the tattoo for presumably forever. It's a good value proposition. Just gotta find something to take your mind off of it. Getting towards your lymph nodes. I remembered that it was only one deadlock. I have a bunch of deadlocks in hardcore. I see. I kind of miss my hardcore warlock. When is Self-Found coming out? That was fun. Ooh, I got a sword! I got a sword that saves me having to buy one. Ha ha ha! I wanted one of these. They're big and chunky. Let's loot. I need to plant one more seed, and then I want to loot these seeds that I already planted. I'm just, for some reason, I'm committed to trying to get all the transmog from the seed bloom vendor, which means doing a lot of this. Not in any particular hurry, but top of the thigh can be hurty if you're tattooing over the big nerves there. Learned that the unfortunately. Oh, if we talk about tattoos too much, we're gonna make me want more. It's not my time yet. Any of your tattoos WoW themed? No. I think a lot of people get really cool WoW tattoos. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm too... I don't know what the word is, but I don't want anybody else's intellectual property, like corporate intellectual property, on my skin, like on my body with me forever. One, because you can't control the reputation of that property item. There's a lot of people that would get tattoos of like a brand or a franchise or whatever, and then they might feel differently about that in like 10 or 20 years if that reputation gets tarnished for whatever reason. Or, I don't know. I have nature tattoos, but that's just for me. Everybody gets to pick what they want. Arshad, Yusef, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I'm a weirdo in Portland for not having tattoos. There were a lot of people with tattoos in Portland, but it wasn't everybody. Sleeve hurt most in the elbow near the armpit. Arms and legs easy, neck hurt the most. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I bet. What else would I get tattooed? I guess I don't know yet. Big bear. Big ol' grizzly bear with a salmon on my back. That would be fun. Octosiren, thank you for these 6-month resub. I have a ton of trees. I have mainly tree-related tattoos. So wanting more trees isn't going to... I mean, I guess I could just have, like, my entire body be just a bunch of trees, but it's like, girl, you live in the forest, go outside. Portlander with a tattoo. Lazy brown bear sitting in a grove. That sounds wonderful. You won't talk me out of that Bud Light tattoo. And I would never dream of it. You gotta do you. You gotta do you, boo. Moose and Akira tattoos? I don't know. It seems like harsh of me to say no because they're my loves. They're my babies. But I don't know if it would make me too sad to have pet tattoos in the future after they've moved on. I don't know. I don't know. How about a tree beard tattoo? Real poison ivy vibe with all the foliage. Worst is any big color coverage. Please pet kitty cat. Hi. Howdy. Howdy, Brett. How you doing? You off for the, you off for a few days yet? Good kitty cat. Mel Breck, thank you for the brand new set. Appreciate it. Mel Brecky? When I don't know how to pronounce it, and I do apologize. It reminds me of when my grandmother used to say, Brecky, come get your Brecky. I am today and tomorrow. Nice. She gave you kisses. What am I doing? I planted enough dream seeds. I checked for the world quest. It was not up. I have another thingy to loot. I was going to send the sword to a different character. I have more freehold chances to do. Is there anything else that I was going to do Outland races. That's right. That's right. I think today is a day that I really could have gotten away with a list. Command still hilarious. It surprisingly comes in handy. I'm sure a lot of people are like joking, or just like poking fun, I suppose. But every now and then one person's like, "Whoa," and I mean it depends on how long you've been like away for, I suppose. But it's very to the point. You got something to say, you come out and say it. Fake hair, it's a wig. I have my horse's name tattoo dummy with small horse. One of my favorites. Brought me so much joy. Aww. Okay. Oh yeah, I was going to turn this in and then buy a piece of transmog. That's right. Intend to get a tattoo paw print to keep my special pup close to me now that he's moved on. That's really sweet. Okay, so I can disenchant that one. I'll just use that one. And then I have one seed bloom. And I'm not buying the sword, the slab, because we've bought that already. I could work on the Hakuranda set. That's the cloth. Dreamfused Skull must be male. Yeah, Dreamfused Skull is male, and then Frey and Legards is Frey and stuff is plate. There's a Warglaive. I could get Nightflame a Warglaive. I don't know if Nightflame needs it right now. Let's work on cloth, I think. Maybe the look at the shoulders. The shoulders are really nice. I feel like the It's Awake needs to be a spoken command, like, it's a drop from Star Wars. Oh. So close to finishing my ultimate druid mock, green leather seeds mock, Forest Lord's antlers, and the Emerald Dream title. Never need another mock again. That sounds magnificent. Alright, so the Crinkle can take this one. Do another couple of freehold attempts to mix it up a little bit, and then Outland Dragon races. Outland Dragon races after that. Hi, sweetie. Inventory so clean and empty. How? That's my main too. I'm happy you think it's clean. I don't think it's that clean. You just gotta get rid of stuff, man. You just gotta get rid of stuff. Just vendor it, post it on the auction house, delete it, trade it to people. Let it go. Freehold. Dungeon difficulty mythic. Very good, very good. I like this hunter. I never know if I'm holding something important. You can always wowhead it if you're not sure. Sometimes I do that, or sometimes if I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna need this, I will stick it in the bank. But that's really just putting it off for a later me problem. A lot of the times, especially if it's something that is auction house postable, and it's auction house postable for cheap, it's like a piece of primal wool or something like that, I basically just use the auction house as my storage. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sell this and or vendor it, and then if I ever need this, I'll just buy another one. Like, I just, you know, sure, it's a little, you might gain or lose gold depending what the prices do, but for the most part, especially if it's something that I can acquire again reasonably easily, it's just easier to get rid of it and then assume that in that event that you one day need some to, like, buy a transmog off a vendor or something and just buy it again. I want Broken Isles races. I feel like Stormheim and High Mountain. Perfect for it. Oh, yeah. What if I need that 8,000 Aquafog? Don't let me tell you what to do. There's 100 Pandaria modes when I haven't been on the continent in 2 years. Morning. Hope you're having a great stream. Just a reminder, add-on spreadsheet, 6+ months. It is. It is. That is true. Keep it up. I will get to it at some point. I'm not always very timely, but I do usually get around to stuff eventually. Alright, attempt number 131. I should do that add-on thing though, because it won't take me a crazy amount of time. It's not that different. I don't think that I don't even know if I need to put any more add-ons on it. If anything, I might need to take a few off. I have not updated her spec to match the spec of my other 200s. Why are the mobs not attacking when you pass through? I am level 70 and these guys are level like 50, 51. And when you've got a big level gap like that, you're going to have a much reduced aggro radius. Any luck? No? Fiddlesticks. Glad the Outland Cup T-Mod costs less than the calendar one. 10 tokens per piece cheaper. Yeah, it felt pretty nice to be able to just get the whole set from one big lamp. Yeah, it should have been on Mythic difficulty. It was on Mythic difficulty. But it's from a couple expansions ago. Recently got the Toy Master achievement, and I'm disappointed it's not also a title. What do you have to do for Toy Master? Should I do another one? She's got some mail she can pick up. Yeah, I'll do one more. 150 toys? Bag cleaning annoyance. I need to visit the Catalyst thing to make sure I have all the transmog possibilities before deleting. There's the thing that I should be doing that I haven't been doing. It's a good idea. Okay. Nice big sword. Dungeon difficulty mythic. Just joined. Did you get the parrot? Nah. Not yet. That's a nice amount. I was going down pet memory lane yesterday because I was trying to add more pets to my favorite list. And I wanted to make sure I had some Dragonflight ones and some Shadowlands ones on there so that when I was doing the new intro with the summoning random favorite pet thing, I wanted it to actually summon like some, not just pets from like a million years ago. And there's a lot of pets that I forgot that we got. In Dragonflight in particular had a lot of like really unique, like lovely looking pets that I've like completely forgotten that we got. You just collect them, you level them up, and you don't think about them anymore. The blue snail is the gooey snail elemental. That's the one from the Forbidden Reach thing. You do like the primal, what do they call them? Primal storms? There's like a primal event that happens in the Forbidden Reach, and doing it gives you between 0 and like 4 pieces of goo. Something to that effect, and then you collect like 50 of them and you combine them for a mount. There is a toy knife for the crab pet. That's true. That's true. I used to use that on, I forget which hunter it was, but she had a crab for her tank pet, and then I named the crab Stabs, and then I put the toy in the bar so we could give the crab the knife, and people would ask quite often, like, where is that crab from? It's like, well, you can arm any crab that you want. Big old knife. Yeah, it's huge. I like playing hunter. I should do it more. Well, I guess right now we're just collecting. You can do that on anything you really want. Still need the, I mean, I want Sharkbait, for sure, but I wouldn't say no to the Sea Brawler's Great Helm. Still looking for a plate helmet. Jacksamir, thank you very much for the 33-month resub. Hey Hazel, hope you're doing well. Good luck for the mount. Thank you. This could be the one. See you later, kitty cat. Whoa! I haven't looked at Spear of Bastion since they changed it to be something else. Champion Spear. I hadn't seen it. It's not blue anymore. Like, I knew they did that, but like I hadn't looked at that one in particular. That's cool. No luck, just dice. Always dice. Alright, let's do a couple Outland races. I want to get that toy. Crinkle can stay outside of Freehold, that's right. Yeah, Sharkbait's a nice one to solo because it's an outdoor... The dungeon's outdoors, technically, so you can mount through the whole thing, and you can skip as many bosses as you'd like to, and more or less just run your mount to the end. I clear the mobs in front of both bridges, so just so I don't get snapped back, but if you can avoid them, that works too. Got the Razageth dragon skin. It's so cool. Congratulations. Headmog kind of makes it look like you're playing a frog race. No, I want a little playable frog race. She's got the, I think the heritage goggles. I'm so over the eye shine on the gnomes. I really hope they do something about it soon. It was freaking me out when I was looking at my gnome yesterday to film the new intro and stuff. Okay. Dragon racing. Outland dragon racing. Feeling good about this attempt. It'll happen one day. I have utmost faith. I just need more characters because I feel like we can get through our 17 chances pretty quickly. But we're gonna do Outland dragon races. I did some of them already. So if I look at Outland Cup, a number of them have been done. Do I have any ports that I want to use for this? I think I can port to the Black Temple. That might be good. So here, let's use, let's like target a critter. I could find I could summon a critter. You can use critter hand cannon to summon a critter, but I might be able to just find one. It's the Emerald Dream. There must be critters. You a critter? Alright. Bad news. I'm sacrificing you for a poor little Black Temple. Da -da 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 -da. Things that you never remember you have until you install Tome of Teleportation and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. That is handy. Now it's dragon race time. What dragon do I want to use? Show me just my dragon racing mounts. Dragon riding mounts. Garian Stormrider. Purple with the Corvid beak. Nether Drake, Whimsy Drake, Slither Drake. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. Tome of Teleportation is the add-on. It puts all of your teleports available on a character onto your screen in one window. And the toy is called the Fractured Necrolite Skull. It's from Time Walking. You can buy it off a Time Walking vendor, I believe, the BC one. And it consumes a critter to make a Black Temple portal on a 1-hour cooldown. It, like, comes in handy approximately never. I think this is the only time I've used it in the last, like, 5 years, but I feel pretty good. Never knew I had that toy. I must have just collected it by way of, like, just trying to buy everything off the Time Walking vendor, because I don't know when I got it, but I've been at it. Whoa. Seemed in a little far. It's been so unseasonably warm for winter out once again after that one cold snap that it kind of feels like winter's over. The snow's all gone. Yeah, it'll include your dungeon ports too if you have them. Tome of Teleportation. Highly recommend. Great add-on. Super useful. It will show all of your Hearthstones in the menu, but there's an option where you can have it show you a random one instead so that the window's not super huge, showing all your different cosmetic Hearthstones. Comes in handy if you're doing Black Temple Mogs or for Warlocks who want to switch their fire color. Max speed dragon ride into the green dark portal, you just smash into the mountain behind it. I'm going. Random Hearthstone add-on. Tome of Teleportation. Tome of Teleportation. This is what the interface looks like. You can have a mini-map button for it, or you can make a macro. I just type /tele, and it will put all of the teleports you have available in your character onto one menu. So I've got my Starmwind City Cloak teleport. I've got an ever-shifting mirror toy. That's the Necrolite Skull I just used, my Dalaran Hearthstone, Garrison Hearthstone, etc. And under the Hearth thing, if you right-click this, you can have it do a random Hearthstone. If you don't have random Hearthstone, it'll show you all of your different cosmetic Hearthstones. So, let's see. Random Hearthstone. You can have it sort by destination or type. You can make the window bigger if you want. You can change the theme. Default. Yeah. Good stuff. Cloaks and rings and stuff? Yep, assuming that you have them on the character. Anything that your character has available to them in that moment will be on the menu. And the nice thing is, if you press the Starmwind Teleport Cloak or your Orgrimmar one, when the port finishes, the add-on will also unequip it for you. It will take it back off and put your old cloak back on, so that you don't pull a me and then end up going to raid wearing your teleport cloak. You know, just so your fishing rod doesn't get lonely. Save you so much bar space. I still like having one Hearthstone picked out for each character that like a cosmetic Hearthstone that I like for each character on their bar, just so that I can always use that one. Like I like using the Time Walkers one on my Evoker. I think she looks really nice with the sand. My Priest uses the Dominated Hearthstone just because I like that one. It looks cool. My Human Priest has the Kyrian one, whatever, but for other teleports, it's nice having Tome of Teleportation, so I don't have to remember what I can do. I also like it a lot for dungeon teleports because the default, if you have Mythic Plus portals, the default UI of sorting them by expansion in your general tab spellbook, I don't find it very intuitive. I would rather have them all in a big menu that's separate from my general spellbook and doesn't involve any fly-out menus. Terracar Forest? Did I do those ones? Got another one to do. Gotta look it up. Trying to work while I listen. It's called Tome of Teleportation, and if you forget, you could always check later the add-ons command for my stream will pull up a spreadsheet, and it should, let me just double check that it is listed in my add-on spreadsheet. But yeah, Tome of Teleportation is correct. Google Doc. I don't think it is here, actually. Let me add it. Quality of life. Because it used to be, but then I must have taken it off. Let me land and pop that on real quick. Outland Cup ends 31st, end of the month. Let's make a new insert a row below or above. That's fine. Tome Teleportation. Quality of life. Grab a link for it. Curse Forge. Okay. It is now on my add-on spreadsheet. I still won't mark that as being updated because there might be other stuff I have to put there, but that's a good one. The toy that I used was the Fractured Necrolite Skull. It's from the BC Time Walking vendor. Someone with a dirt PC, I wish Blizzard would create a tele menu so you don't have to go through 1 to 4 loading screens. Yeah, playing Portal Jockey is always kind of rough. Oh, where'd my Farak mount go? I'm on my Sarkareth mount now. I can't see it. There we go. It's okay, we don't have to win, we just have to finish it. I think this might be my new least good race. I don't remember having this much trouble with it last time. Maybe I was just dialed in when I did this last time. How dare you ride Sarkareth and not Frank? You have to choose between Frank and Raszageth because they both are for the renewed Protodrig. You have to, if you have both of them, you have to decide which one is your favorite. Frank has won, but mainly on a recency bias. When races first came out, I was really good at them. And for some reason, I really stink at them. I thought I was going to be... I used to have big motion sickness problems when I was first testing these on beta. And I was really worried about dragon riding in general. I thought it was going to kill the whole expansion for me because it was such an important part of Dragonflight. But it turned out that it wasn't the dragon riding necessarily, especially once I got like all the different motion sickness settings turned on. There's something about beta graphics and PTR graphics too that just make me nauseous after playing for an hour or so. I don't know what it is, something about the refresh rate or something that is always on for beta and PTR graphics and not for retail, but there's something that makes me nauseous. Which is better than it being dragon riding because we've done a lot of dragon riding in Dragonflight. Had to turn down the effects. You know the biggest thing I regret in Dragonflight? Killing Raszageth. She was cool. She was one and done in a single patch. I don't remember her much. I'm kind of looking forward to getting another crack at her in Season 4. I mean, I remember the fight a little bit, but I don't remember her much as a character. She said things. She might have said something other than just die. She might have just said die. It's gonna be beta season again before too long. So this is the one that people don't like. Or maybe it's a different one. This is the one with the brambles, I think. The Terracart one really did me with the trees. The temptation to read chat while you're dragon racing is completely irrational and really strong. Yeah, that was not so bad. Maybe that wasn't the bramble one. This one was most annoying for me. Hellfire Hustle is definitely my fave. Oh, I actually need to do that one still. I bet Hazel's regret was not getting the Evoker Lego. What do you mean? If I'd gotten the Evoker Lego, I probably still would have been a big lizard. Now I get to be a cute little gnome. Look at her. Same thing happens to me. Every time I think I've got all the settings matched to live, PTR dragon riding still feels off, get woozy. I found I also experienced it, even just like raid testing on PTR. The dragon riding exacerbated it, but even when it wasn't something that should make me motion sick, just playing PTR in general would get to me after a while. Hazel just say lizards aren't cute. My lizard wasn't cute. I mean, that's not true. My Dracthyr she's cute. She's fine. It's just not my main, you know. She's not main levels of cute. Netherstorm once had some challenging blind turns. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to see those again in a bit. I love yours though. I liked mine a lot better after I made her bald. I thought that was pretty unique because I hadn't seen anybody else take the hair off them and I didn't know that they had colored scales on their scalp. I thought that was really cool. Especially if you get like the piercings that like go through the head. She ended up looking a little Mad Max, but like pretty unique. But then combat starts and she's a lizard again. I'm reading the Discworld novel, Guards, that involves swamp dragons, and also like a big dragon, but there's some swamp dragons in it, and I like the idea of them a lot. There's one that's basically just like a puppy that like burns holes in the carpet and just leaks. It's really cute. Yeah, I tend to prefer the human races to the animal-based races, just for my own characters and preference. My least represented races are like Worgen and Vulpera and Tauren. How many do we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I cleared out these ones, cleared out these ones. I probably have some in the Grand. Yeah, I do have some in the Grand. How are we doing badge-wise? I need 40 badges. I have 26 badges. Have you watched The Color of Magic? I have not. Is it... They made a show? I read the book. Yeah, the Evoker era is over. I did it for 2 seasons. I did my best. I gave it my all. Xmog game is so bad in Evoker. Swap it to something else next season, too. My dad made me listen to Discworld on a 10-hour road trip last month. Started with Pyramids. Monstrous Regiment, settled on, finished We Free Men. Overall, need to read the rest. They're addictive. You start reading them and then you just want more of them. They're so good, but like, you know, concise. It's nice to read a story that is just a story and doesn't need to go on for 14 books. Even though there are 14 books, but each of them is their own story. It's like, it's nice. It's refreshing if you've been reading a bunch of really long series. Guard's books are amazing. I like Vibes. He's really grown on me very rapidly. It was a 3-hour movie on Amazon Prime in 3 parts, which is better. Oh. Most people don't know there's a Discworld movie. When is it from? Is it old? I kind of want to get into a movie. What book are you reading right now? It's called Guards. Guards. I think there's a 3rd Guards. It's one of the Discworld novels. Early aughts, think? TV series based on The Watch too. Oh. Sometimes I'm the worst and I don't want to watch the adaptation because my standards are too high. Especially if I really like the source material, it's pretty. I get disappointed easily, and it's just not a fair. It's just not a fair assessment to put any kind of show through. The Grim Campfire toy is for retail. I don't think it's for classic. There is an FAQ that you can pull up with there we go. What? Need both hands to drive this thing. What? If I was doing this for time, I would be restarting right about now. Who will let me fly this thing? I made a peasant bread in my bread machine on the French bread cycle yesterday, and I used for the oil some of this like fancy olive oil that I got for Christmas. I broke open the good stuff to use a little bit of that to see if it would give it some nice character. And it was alright. I think I just really want sourdough. I think I just really want sourdough. But I gotta wait another week or 2. I gotta see. Elise is not ready yet. She's growing. She's alive. She's not ready. She's not mature. What? Excuse me. Come back here. Thank you. Good grief. Still feels odd that they're doing Cataclassic, right? Oh, man. Whatever gets me to Panda Classic. Late husband loved Discworld. Terry Pratchett got to meet at a book signing once. Oh, man. Lock and Vanilla Classic, you will need one. The Corrupted Ashbringer, so that when Pandaria comes around, their Felguard can mog it. Might just play Mist's Classic. I think a lot of people are probably waiting for Mist Classic. Just sitting Cataclassic out. Cabin used to be my favorite expansion. It was the first one that I played from like the beginning. I just don't know what there is for me in doing it again. I did it already. I don't know. I don't know if there's any good to be had from reliving the past for me. Have you made many Fakashas? Some of them, yeah. I found out at some point that my idea of Fakasha and the one that my family had made growing up was not very traditional. It was more of just like an herb bread because it wasn't like dimpled and covered in oil and baked in like a rectangle with a bunch of garlic on top of it. It was mainly just like a really nice loaf of like round herb bread with, you know, I mean, it had the same kind of flavor, but it didn't have the extra oil. And then I learned how to do it properly, and then I made some of those. But I think I still like it, quote unquote, my way, even if my way is not like the correct way of doing it. I find that too much oil on the crust makes it like crisp in a way that is not for me. I want like a chewy crust. I don't want it to be like crunchy, I guess. Tips in making them. I have an urge to make one. You just need a good recipe and then have at it. And if you really want to be a tryhard, which I encourage and recommend, take some notes after you've made it on what you liked about it and what you didn't like about it, and see if there's anything that you can iterate on for next time. You can make anything in life pretty good if you just note it hard enough. Looking forward to getting Terragos' rest on Cataclysm. There was a country bread recipe that I kind of want to try again. That one was good. It was like a pseudo sourdough. I think if I start it today, I might be able to make it. Well, there's a ciabatta recipe that I want to try, but it's 3 days. You have to like make the biga starter, and then that rests for a while, and then you make the dough, and then that rests for another day, and then you can shape and work on the actual like ciabatta pieces. Man. It's like, don't get me wrong, the 3 days of my life are going to pass whether or not I make ciabatta, so arguably I should do it, because then in future me 3 days I would have some fresh homemade ciabatta, and then I would also have found out whether or not I'm capable of making it. But like, for some reason that's just too much prep, that's too much lead time for me. My brain won't clear it. Won't give me the go-ahead. Pseudo sourdough? Pseudo-though? Bought wheat flour to get my starter going again. Nice! I ended up starting mine with a bit of rye flour for the first, like the beginning of the starter. Whoa. Because somebody had recommended it, and then I was reading about it, and then also I just happened to have some rye flour because I had decided that I wanted to try making rye bread. But now I'm feeding her with some all-purpose flour because she needs to eat every single day, and it's going to be a couple weeks before she's together. She smells okay. She's definitely not doubling in size yet, though. But she's only a week old. She is a week old today. She's only halfway there. Alright, pay attention. Do your best. I'm excited to try out this toy once I get it and see what kind of dragons it comes up with. How's Doggy doing? Doggy's doing good. He was extra cute this morning. I don't know why. Because he was doing the same things he always does, but it was like hitting extra hard. Maybe I was feeling particularly squishy. It was just so cute. He had a good day yesterday. He got to play with some of his friends, and he had a really good walk, and then he just... Mostly I love you. He's so fluffy. 3 more races. Rye would work better. Couldn't find any at the store. That's fair. I couldn't find... all I could find was dark rye. I had recipes that called for like a medium rye flour, and dark rye was all that they had, so I figured that's what I was going to do. To loosely quote my Nana, in 3 days, do you want to be 3 days older? Or be 3 days older and have a ciabatta. There was, I had read something once about somebody talking about whether or not they were going to go back to school to get a degree in their 50s. And they were kind of like doing the math in their head and being like, man, it's going to be like 4 years. I'm going to be 56 or whatever, you know, when it's done. And then the logic then became, well, you're going to turn 56 anyway, you know, God willing. The time's going to pass whether you get your degree or not. It's not like you're going to prevent it from passing by not doing it. So it's just a question of, you know, be 56 with a degree or not. Both valid options also. Cups just to wear tokens for Transmog. And then there's a toy that I'm after right now. It's 40 tokens. And it can randomize your Drake customizations every time you pull a Drake out. I did try follower dungeons. I did one. Did I do any more than one? I think I just did the one. I did an Akut offensive trying to get Divine Breath of Onara. I need 2 more of them. Two more of the items to drop. I didn't do it very fast. Flabby was telling me that he can solo one of those in like 6 minutes. I'm pretty sure I was in there for like 20. But I don't do Philodon levels of damage. Totally missed they turned it into a toy. If you had already bought it, they were going to grant you the toy eventually, but I don't think they put that fix together yet. I hadn't bought it yet, so I think I'll be able to get it in its toy version first try. I know Karama was saying they ended up buying it again to get the toy, because the refund hadn't come through yet, so they just granted another 40 badges and got it again. The dragon riding tokens are in currency. They are called Riders of Azeroth badges. They're under miscellaneous. The toy, I think, is the manuscript of Endless Possibilities. I don't have it yet, but I can... 2 more races and we can get it and take a look at it. NPC's a bit janky in the Akut offensive. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching Flabby do it, and he managed to, like, make the group leave. I think I don't remember what he did. He got too far from them, or he, like, killed the boss too fast or something. I don't know. His group, like... His NPC group, like, left. They were gone. Bought the script before. It's in my toy chest now. Sad. 1 hour cooldown, 1 hour buff now. Why are we sad about that? It's like 100% uptime. Seems okay. What's the trouble? Just that you have to reapply it, maybe? This race is fun. I don't like this one because you can't see through those things before you go through them, so you don't get any time to think ahead as to what your next move is going to be. I guess you can see through them a little bit. Before it was a perma buff, you turned on or off. I see. Pug Sleeping Keys mid-dungeon, a true Mythic Plus experience. Hang on. Oh my goodness, you can't use your free vigor thing without... you can use it, but... Oh, you can't use it during the race! Oh, weird. I was trying to restock my vigor. Let's see if I can get through this. It's just one more race after this. I remember finding this one to be my most challenging one. You pick up for the quest for the Outland Cup in Valdrakken by the Rostrum. It's on kind of the west side of the city. If you find the place where you customize your dragon in Valdrakken, the NPCs are right there. This one is super long. Doesn't help that I, like, landed. It must be almost done. So grab it from the adventure journal. That's a good tip too. One more. I was impressed that the NPC actually used the ballista to interrupt that one boss. Highest inspiration you get in a tailor. I don't know about the percentage, but with Craft Sim, you can have Craft Sim show you specialization info. Let me see if I can pull it up. So in Craft Sim with specialization info for a given recipe, you can see how many points you have of the available points that would modify your ability to make that recipe, and you can see how much inspiration you have of a possible amount of inspiration for that. And then it shows you which point nodes would apply to that particular recipe. And Craft Sim is the add-on that does that. You're also, Sagacious Incense will also give you a little bit of extra inspiration. That's the buff that you drop with the incense at your feet. And it can tell you that with craft buffs as well. It'll show you whether or not you have a Sagacious Incense up. Because the maximum inspiration might vary on a recipe by recipe basis, depending on, you know, which spec nodes apply to the recipe. I haven't done any profession stuff in a little bit. I wonder if I could make another batch of potions on my evoke. I made a bit of gold off that last batch that I made on stream. Pumping alchemy every day. Market plummeted, stuck with 160k Alchem Bloom. Ah, it's alright. You got another season. You'll get through it. You'll make that back in tepid verses and healing pots in season 4, if nothing else. I want to take a look at it and see. I never made more tepid verses, but they were like 8 gold per on my alchemist. Yeah, the main way I'm getting badges is just by doing that intro quest. You get, I think, 80 for just doing each of the races once for the intro quest. And you can do that repeatedly on different characters if you want. This is a different character than I bought the transmog on. You could also get badges by doing the different difficulties of the races. You get 1 per difficulty, so like, or 1 per ranking. So getting gold will give you 3, getting a silver time would give you 2, getting a bronze time would give you 1. And then you can do it again for advanced and reverse. So there's a total of 9 badges that you could get for each race course if you did each of the advanced, reverse, and normal on gold for each of them. I can't be bothered to do that. That sounds way too hard. So my move is to just do them all once, get the intro quest done, take my 80 badges and go shopping with that. So yeah, no, you don't need gold if you're just going to do it this way. Haven't played Dragonflight yet. At max level, you can get pretty good gear playing solo. Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. And you can like progress and upgrade your gear for a fair ways as well. Alt Army helps for the badges, but honestly, for the Outland Cup, you can buy everything on 2 characters. You don't need a ton of them. I did them all on 2 characters, and that gets me everything. The first character got the transmog set, and the second character is going to be 40 plus badges overkill for the toy. They made them cheaper than they were last time. Yeah, Vial of Endless Draconic Scales is the toy. Yeah, she's gonna have 79 badges left over, so if they ever add anything else, then I will be prepared. So let me use that. 1 arrow. So now, if I get on my Proto-Drake, I can pull out... I wonder if it would ever pull out the all-over transformations, and it would just be a low chance, or if it's never going to pull out the all-over transformations, it's just going to randomize the other ones. It's kind of neat. Surprised how I've become a racing enthusiast. Maxed out gold in every race except for the Emerald Drake. Okie dokie, it's about 10:30. Dig time again if anybody was digging. I did my Ochre Dream Talon. I did my Outland Dragon races. I'm chipping through my Freehold attempts. Chipping through Freehold attempts. Do another one or two. It does not instantly summon your mount, no. I was casting my mount. I just had my UI hidden. Water bottle's heavy. Okie dokie. She's going to Freehold. How is she going to get to Freehold? Let's go Borealis and fly from there. Dragon ride from there. One of the nice things about the SSD is my loading screens don't take too long. And then Borealis is this way. I'm going to use the random dragon customization on this character too. See what it does to her. I don't have that many options for the Nether Drake, but I have some. And I, especially on alts, pretty much never visit the rostrum to like customize my mounts. So having a random customization is a sight better than having no customization. Grotto Netherwing Drake. Show him that one. He's got one horn. One big horn. He looks like he's receiving radio with it. Grounding lightning. All 5 colors, so I can imagine my team are Power Rangers. After Freehold, is it just Legion class mounts? I don't want to move on to any other like farmed mount farms like Tomb of Sargeras or even Rustfeather until I get the Freehold mount. If I get the Freehold mount before the current season ends, there's an argument to be made for just grinding Rise keys for Quantum Coursers. That's probably the smartest thing to do. I don't know if it's what I want to do, because that sounds pretty gross, but could do it. Do it on a healer to get into groups, or maybe do it on a DPS just to do more damage. It cannot use locked appearances. You would still need to collect the appearance first. Join the stream while raiding. Nice. Glad to have you here. I wonder what attempt this is. 130 something maybe? Gotten 3 Quantum Coursers so far. Don't know if I'm super lucky. Not that rare. Have you done a lot of Rise keys? I think they're not terribly rare. Because I've seen a couple of them drop for other people, and I haven't done like a ton of keys. But I've never had one drop for me. I've had a handful of the Transmonks, the Quantum Monster drop, but most of them have just ended up giving me item IDs for appearances I already had, which is always just like the biggest bummer. I guess I should get into balance spec for this. She's still using a deer? I need to go to a barbershop and put one of my new travel forms on. What year is this? Her gear's getting better now. She's up to 443 just from her basic like conquest gear. She had nothing on before, but it's looking better. Attempt 133, no luck. Darn it. We're just walking through there. The Bridge of Doom. Seems like a great way to get mounts, except I do not enjoy Dawn. Yeah, I don't know if it's like doing it on the key level. On one hand is like, while that key is current, it lets us skip to the second half of the dungeon. Whereas like if we want to farm Quantum Coursers in the future down the road, it's going to be more of a like go solo the entire Dawn of the Infinite situation. You're going to have to start from the beginning. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound super fun. That was one of the new Moonkin forms. I customized it lovingly and with great care. I'm glad you like it. Missing any of the Legion raid mounts. I need the Abyss Worm from Mr. Sassine. I need the... and needs a strong word, but I am missing the Shackled Urzel from Antorus. I don't have any immediate plans to farm that one because ENR and I are fighting. And then I think that's it. I got all the Gul'dan Infernals. I mean, I need the Grove Warden Moose. The Boomkins are great. That is a cute Boomkin. I am a disgrace to Moonkins everywhere. I don't do them any justice at all. Why am I still stuffed? Look at all these dice. I can just make a big pile of them. Just fill an entire bag with Harlan's loaded dice and see how many I can get before the mount drops. Let it be known. It will drop today. You think? Maybe. Could be. I want to see a gnome boomy. They've just got like some feathers taped to their shoulders and then like some dynamite. It's her Moonkin form, like High Mountain Tauren Moonkin form in this one. Doesn't hurt that, or doesn't help that I have a bunch of respect, really. I'm sure she has cooldowns that are not in her bar. Attempt 134? No good. Not that one. The toy for the portal. The Fractured Necrolite Skull. Fractured Necrolite Skull. It is from the BC Time Walking vendor, I believe. So if you don't have it right now, you won't be able to get it until BC Time Walking comes back around. Kata Time Walking there. Yeah. That look like Care Bears. Should I do another one? Should probably take a break. It's about 20 to 11. Beer beat. Okay, where are we at? I was doing a few of these. I only have 4 more left. Let's just knock them out. Gonna be a flight path heirloom book for Dragonflight? I agree with Sense. I don't think so, since they're going account wide with the next pre-patch. Vial of Endless Draconic Scales. Yeah. Dungeon difficulty mythic. Misk and not toys in Wowhead. Hello Hazel, I'm back lurking. Hello Alice, how you doing? Or lurk away. I hope you're doing good. Well, there's the Razageth skin. Yeah, that one is nice. I like her horns. Alright, come on, Sharkbait. Thanks, Robin. It is confirmed synthetic hair, not real. You got this, Hazel. Maybe. Like the shirt. Color reminds me of an army t-shirt. It's one of my favorite ones. It's super comfy. It's starting to get a couple holes in it, but I like to think that just adds character. Still have to get any of the skins. It's a nice wig. Yeah, they work out. It's nice being able to have like pre-styled hair for stream that is fairly quick to put on, and then I can take it off when stream's over and not have to manage it. Sharkbait drops off the last boss. Unless I'm just really confused. I'm pretty certain Sharkbait drops off the last boss. It's confusing because Sharkbait appears in the first boss, but it's kind of like a Tempest Keep situation. I made the mistake for years of farming just the first boss of Tempest Keep because I was like, it's the Phoenix! It's gonna drop the Phoenix! No. Last boss. There we go. But I remember when I found that out, I was quite upset because I spent quite some time trying to get Ashes of Alar off of the first boss, and it does not work. Will not drop. True, do not have to worry about it. They still require like more effort than not having hair, the wigs, but it's dramatically less than trying to maintain and style actual hair on your head, especially if you have curly hair and you want it to look not curly. And so this works out. Got ashes from the time walking reward, was awesome. Nice. Plus, this satisfies my insatiable desire to change my hair super often and change my hair color super often. I can just have different options and not have to worry about doing it to actual hair. What is the maintenance? I have a couple of wig stands so that I can make sure that I'm storing them carefully. You don't want to like crumple them or mess them up too much when you're storing them. I got a special couple of combs that are like super wide tooth, like triangle tooth combs to use to carefully detangle them, along with some spray. Mainly just being careful with them. Eventually you can wash them with like a baby shampoo, and then you can style them, but I haven't made it to that point yet because I'm wearing a wig cap underneath it so that it's not touching my actual head. Yeah. Any chance we can see without it? You can look at old streams. You can go back and watch streams from before January. There's all kinds of stream VODs on my YouTube stream VOD channel where I was showing my short hair. But not anymore. Short hair for me. Real life. Yeah, this is synthetic hair. It's totally artificial. Not human hair at all. Hi, Hazel and chat. Hope everyone had a nice week. Hello. Felt like a cheat gift, but I'd ran that to get it at least 1,000 times, or at least it felt like 1,000. Holy moly. My Instagram also has a couple pictures I posted with my short hair. No luck there. Let's just finish out our freehold attempts for the week so that they're all done. Yeah, you shouldn't use traditional hair shampoo. You need to use something really gentle on synthetic hair. 2 Heartless Dice? I remember every hunter needing that trinket. Yeah, I've been getting just batches of them. Real shark bait are the dice we gained along the way. Attempted any BFA raid since 10.5? No. I have not tried. If they gave it a tuning pass, I haven't seen it. Can't you bank your own hair and have that made? I mean, part of the trouble is that my hair, I don't want to say that it sucks, but my hair is high maintenance. My natural hair is dry and it is curly. It's also substantially gray. I'm 31, but I just genetically have a lot of gray hair. And I've found that the style that I find to be most appealing and universally appealing is usually more of like a smooth, you know, like blown out straight hairstyle, which is difficult to get on my natural hair without a lot of like products and heat styling and damage and stuff like that. Yeah, if you had super long hair, I suppose you could cut your hair, save it, and have a wig made with your own hair. I've not heard of that being done, but I'm sure you could technically. Save Moose's hair. You ever braid it? This? I braided this once. I braided this once and I put it over one shoulder and I thought it looked nice, but it also kind of gave me a headache. It's a little comfier when it's like split between the two sides. Natural curls were pretty also. Aw, thank you. I like my natural hair super short. I feel super cute and pretty and comfy with my natural super short hair. Where is Moosey Buddies? Oh, I don't know about that. Sister has the same curl as you. It's been a battle for her all her life. Yeah, you gotta figure out something that works for you. Rock the Buzz also. Do you think you'll get into learning fancy pin curl sets for the short wigs? I don't think so, but then again, I also said I wouldn't wear wigs. I didn't think that I wanted to wear any wigs for a long time. So, you never know. Sometimes I change my mind. Is there a way to catalyze the Aberrus tier set? I think so. I want to say it has to do with the Forbidden Reach items. Like the Primalist gear that drops in the Forbidden Reach. I think you can catalyze that stuff into Aberrus tier. Well, curious about the color? The color of this one or of my natural color? Curious inside baseball question. Have you noticed a difference in view count? I haven't looked at the stats, and it would be really hard to pinpoint anyways, because stream views are very tied to the WoW patch cycle, and they're also tied to like what kind of content I'm doing, to some extent how much energy I have. So it's really tough to say. I think they have been. Any change is going to give a little bit of a kick of views as people like check back in to be like, oh hey, what's this? This is different. Yeah, I don't know. Like the purple, is there silver? It's sort of like brown and then it goes through to silver and then it gets kind of like a light dusty purple. Sorry, it's brown and goes through purple and gets like a light dusty purple at the end. Older lock's very thin. See in the future would wigs may be an option. Some gold chat gets to pick your next wig. Do you feel like a pretty princess? A pretty princess. Yeah. No. Sub goal is to reveal the next mystery wig. I have another wig that I have that you guys haven't seen yet. And when we hit our sub goal, I shall unveil it. Also, any luck? No? Alright. All hail Princess. Yeah. Dusty Lavender. Yes, because you are. I just don't know if I feel that feminine. I don't really want to feel that feminine. Dungeon difficulty. Here. Bets on it being blue. You plan to do a frat guide? Yes. There is still a frat guide coming. It is wildly late, but I am still working on it. Just be you. British ancestors after all. Mm-hmm. Only more people could subscribe free with their Amazon Prime. I did set the sub goal a tiny bit high. I set it to 900. Oh wow, that made it really small on this screen. And I guess if I make it big on this screen, it's going to be small on the other one. I set it to 900 because I'm not in a big hurry. It doesn't have to happen in the next couple of days or anything like that. And now if I go over here, I bet you... Oh no, it didn't get bigger. We're fine. Okay. Three more man runs. Yeah, sub goal's not meant to be reached immediately. Exactly, I kind of figured. Yeti outfit where? How? BlizzCon 2019? BlizzCon 2019, that's when they gave out that Yeti outfit. Sharkbait, the red parrot drops off of the last boss of this dungeon. You have an option for a year-long sub. On Twitch? I don't know. I know people have done 6 months in advance. I don't know if I've heard of a year. I'm surprised the name Kid wasn't taken.
What's your
I have tried Palworld. It's really fun. I like it a lot. I haven't played much in the last couple of days because I've just been doing some other things. But I like Palworld a lot. All my friends are playing Palworld right now. Are people finding the late game to be fun? I've only really done much like early game, like sort of the first boss, maybe a little bit after that. Does it keep the same level of cool? Look at my Discord and it all says playing Balrog. Remember when Blizz said they didn't want to cross armor types because they didn't want people confused by how a warrior might look? Yeah. I'm glad they relaxed that. I really like having... I tend to use the costume transmogs that are independent of armor type. I use those, like, often. I like them a lot. I'm a big fan of Scary and her dress and her opera gloves and her candelabra. It kind of makes me want to tank something on her. I can't even tell you if I'm tank spec or not tank spec right now. I think I'm tank spec. Am I Vengeance or Havoc? I'm Havoc. Which one's that? Havoc is DPS. I don't know the first thing about Demon Hunter. Any luck? No? Okay. Maybe next time. I think I got one or two more of these left in me. Blood Trollif is my go-to, but Jester's popular with rogues. Want to have a casual warrior outfit? Red shirt, jeans, shoes? I think you can. You could get, because you can hide your chest piece and then you could mong a shirt. And there's like a red lumberjack shirt if you wanted a flannel, or there's like a red work shirt, I think. Yeah, I definitely don't use my own voice pack on DBM. No amount of years of streaming in YouTube will make me not cringe at the sound of my own voice. Rarity is the add-on that pops up attempts after the boss. Yeah. Tank acronym is VDH and no one ever says HDH. I've never seen VDH before. Although I guess I don't talk to people. I guess I haven't, I'm not wildly involved. Oh hey, they're both already out there. I don't have to move them. 20-second logout, can't stand it. It has to do with, oh, alright, about to talk into my bot alert. It has to do with, logging out outside of Rested and whether or not, like, you would get, like, not, I think it's to try to make it so that logging out is not the main way to escape combat. Like, if you're in a combat situation where you might die, and you could just instantly log out. Although, if you're not in combat, I'm talking out of my butt. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just making things up. Dungeon difficulty, Mythic, off and away. Let me see. Anthus has not done this yet this week. No, we've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So yeah, Anthus and then Ripsy, and then we're done for the week. Unless I get more characters leveled. I think that the new Azerothian Archives transmog pieces mix and match really nicely to make super casual mog sets. Like the pants from the Azerothian Archives dig, you could mix those with like a work shirt or a lumberjack shirt and make like a super nice casual transmog that you could use on any armor type.
Watch your step.
Same thing with like the belts.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Any updates in your alarm clock? Was that what gave you the energy for your new intro? Bizarrely enough, the intro was the product of like way too long gremlining in some amount of emotional angst, going back and forth between like it was not a good time. it was not a utopia of I'm going to sit and do this thing I've been meaning to do. I don't know, I wasn't feeling very good and I just started, it was a mess. It also took like a insanely long time to do. I kept having this issue where I really wanted to key a countdown over a block that was the same way to get rid of the white block that used to be behind the letters or the numbers. But then I found out that a lot of countdowns that I could screen cap move depending on which numbers are up. Like if when the number goes down to like 211, it's narrower than it was when it was like 548 or whatever, 448. And that moving meant that I was going to have to either key the crop because I didn't want to have like a 0. I didn't want to have 4 digits. I wanted 3. I was going to have to either key the crop to keep scooching every time the numbers changed, which was about to be the worst thing ever, or I was going to have to find one that didn't do that. So I was like, it was just a mess. It was ugly. I did it eventually, apparently. It's done now, and it is to my standards. It's good enough, but like, I was mad. The new intro at the beginning of the stream. There's Inksy is now featured. My evoker has been dethroned as the stream opener. What about the alarm clock? Hope you feel better now. Oh, thanks. I'm doing okay. Alarm clock. I woke up this morning before the bird sound, which was good. Although I woke up and I had my head like buried under my pillow, so I think maybe I was like in my sleep annoyed at the burgeoning light, and I had buried my face under my pillow to like make it go away. But yeah, it was good. I think I mainly just like not having my phone in the bedroom. That's been the main thing that's helped me relax, is not being tempted to get on my phone and doom scroll. Because my phone is not allowed in that room anymore. It's in a different room. If I wanted to get up and doom scroll, I'd have to come out to like my office or the living room or
Phase
something.
2.
So it's easier to get to sleep. And easier to get out of bed. I miss the do it.
Watch wave.
Logs dungeons for you.
Watch
I'm
your
using
step.
rarity to track the mount chance attempts, and I'm using saved instances to track my lockets.
Phase 3.
Smart of me
Interrupt.
to do that. Yeah, I've tried it. Feels like 1,001 things. So there's all kinds of different things you can do. People do the putting your phone in a box, keep it in a different room, set up a bunch of timers on it, set up app blocks on it. You can also look into things like I don't know, mindfulness or coaching or even therapy to figure out why it is that you feel, because there's different levels of it, right? Like people will have varying levels of a problem with it as to whether or not you feel like you're in control of that behavior. Maybe you like that behavior, maybe it's doing something for you, maybe it's doing nothing for you and you want to stop but you can't. It's kind of like a spectrum. Not everybody needs to kick their phone out of their bedroom, but I needed to. Loopy, thank you for the 13-month resub. I need that alarm clock with wheels that makes you get up to shut it off. Good for chronic snoozers. My brother-in-law, I was talking to them about the alarm clock, and he said that he wants one that is like a cuckoo clock where a bird comes out of it, except the bird comes out of the clock and then pecks you until you get up. And I thought that was pretty funny. Putting an alarm away from your bed is great to force you out of bed. I mostly wanted to wake up without, like, I don't have a problem with snoozing and going back to sleep. I will turn off my phone and then, or like my alarm, and then I will be awake and I won't be going back to sleep. I just won't want to get out of bed. I'll just be like, no, I don't want to. I know I'm going to be late because I don't have enough time now to do all of these things because I've stared at my ceiling and fought with myself over whether or not I'm getting up, when obviously I'm eventually going to get up. I just didn't have the mojo or whatever to actually crawl out of bed. The light helps a little bit because it's hard to get up and try to find your socks and stuff when it's like freezing and also dark in the room. So the sunrise alarm clock means that when I do wake up, there's at least light in the room, and I've kind of adjusted to it. So I can see where my clothes are. I can find, you know, the pieces I need to at least think about getting out of bed without having to turn a light on, which is nice. Dungeon difficulty. Mythic. Can you try something stupid for me on the character screen? Yeah, what's up? I need a Grommet alarm clock from Wallace and Grommet. I once knew a guy that rigged his alarm to drop a wet sponge on his head. Oh, man. Rivender's Death Charger should still be in Strathel. I do not have the Rest Feather mount. There's an alarm that flings an object out of your room and won't shut off until you find or replace that object. That's pretty funny. If you rotate your paladin a little to the right, I wonder if you could make it look like... Oh. Oh, God. I can't possibly know what you mean. The other trick with wonky alarm clocks is that if you're sharing a bed with a partner, you also have to clear it with them. Figure out whether it's something that's going to wake them up too. Do they want to get up yet? Maybe they're already up. I don't know. I feel like many couples have one person that can just get out of bed and like go about their day like some kind of superhero, and then the other person for which it's like a daily struggle. I thought it was stupid. I am not the person that is functional. Surprised Moose isn't an alarm in the morning. Yo, Moose wants to sleep in typically. Like he If I get up too early, like if I, on a couple of occasions, not many, but on a handful of occasions, I've gotten up like an extra hour too early so that I could like come to my office and do some work in the morning before stream. And I'll come in the kitchen to like get some water or some tea or something like that for that. And he'll like look at me from the couch and be like, Mom, it's early. Can you turn the light off? Like, what are you doing up? It's not time for our walk yet. And he'll just stay in bed and like go back to sleep. And then like later on when it's like time for his walk, then he'll get up and be like, all right, let's go. But like he's not an early riser dog. All right, so no luck. That was my last attempt of the week. It was attempt 139. I did not get it. Rats. Yeah, mythic for the mount drop. Thought Moose was a person at first. I kind of think of him like a person. He is a puppy dog. He is a puppy dog. Woof. Well, he doesn't really bark all that much. Getting transmog at least. Am I? I still need to get that one on a play character. Kitty is indoors only. She's also she's always been indoor only. She does have a harness and a leash, but she's blind now, so she's not getting very far anywhere that she hasn't been before because she needs to kind of map places out. Lazy X, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Darn it, we did all of our mount runs. What else was I gonna do? I was gonna do Paladin Class Order Hall Mount. I wonder how much campaign I have left. Have a great day. Thanks for letting me join you for a bit. Thanks for coming by. She's sleeping on the blue chair. She's cozy. Oh, I didn't take him out of Freehold. He needs to go back to his class order hall anyway. He's got Paladin Campaign, Translation, Danger. Speak to person in Sanctum of the Light. I did not do my solo shuffle yet today. No, I should do that. Oh, maybe I should do that before I start. It's only 11 o'clock, so I could do one before I start poking around at the class campaign, just to see if I can check one off the list. I had to do like 3 yesterday because I kept losing. I had to do 3 to get a win so that I would get some progress on my vicious map. Oh, Patikins, I'm sorry to hear that. Blind cat would like to go places in the harness to lay in the middle of groups and just get all the pets. Aww. She doesn't go out much. Her and Moose had a cute little visit. Moosey's doing so good at leaving. I think now that he's a little older, he's 8 months old now, so he's not quite such a chaotic nugget. He's still pretty chaotic, and he's still definitely a big nugget, but he's learning more self-control every day, and I can now have my dish towels hanging off of the bar on the front of the oven where he could reach them. He leaves those alone now. Thank you, Moose. Appreciate it. He used to steal them. I have a shoe rack instead of shoe jail. And yesterday he came in and he sniffed the kitty. She didn't even hiss at him, and then he just like went and grabbed a toy and went and lay down in the bed behind my chair back here. I think partly it's because I have all of his toys in here. Not all of them, but I have all of the fabric toys that have been injured in some way. They're awaiting my sewing skills to try to fix them up, and I haven't done it, and I've been procrastinating that, but like he found all the toys that he hasn't seen in ages. He was like, wait, I missed this one, and then he would like pick it up and go take it back to continue destroying it. I need to update that command. Moose is no longer 6 months old. He is 8 months old now. But yeah, they're still not on unsupervised mixing yet, but they're doing good with each other. I'm hoping that I just need to keep up the visits so I can get the faith that I can just kind of take that gate down. And then eventually, once Kitty Cat starts coming out front again, I'm going to have to blind cat proof the front room, because I originally had to take all of her bumpers off of all of the furniture and stuff. I had like foam and sometimes towels and stuff like around furniture legs and corners and doors and stuff, because she will walk into them head first. So I had a bunch of things to prevent her from doming herself on like a desk corner. But I took them all off because Moosey was like peeling them off and eating them as a little baby. And I'm hoping now that he would be able to leave that kind of thing alone. We'll have to see. When is Cosmo's turning 9 months. Not until mid-February. He'll be 9 months, kind of around Valentine's Day-ish. My partner also fixes the toys after they've been destroyed, and he tells our puppy that they're in surgery, and she will sit there patiently while they get stitched. Aww. Yeah, I should do it. He misses them. But he's just gonna, I mean, it feels a little bit futile because he is definitely just gonna, like, kill them again, but what do you do? We got a Holy Paladin, Arms Warrior, Ret Paladin, Windwalker Monk, and a Destro Warlock. Get ready for some Chaos Bolt, although they're on our team for now. Gear mainly PvE gear when you do solo shuffle? No, all PvP gear. This character doesn't have any PvE gear. They don't even let you into solo shuffle until your PvE item level gets high enough. But this is a separate druid than the one I was raiding on. I geared up a new one. Destroys it in like 5 minutes, but it's good free entertainment, I guess. Yeah. Moose seems to really get a lot of joy out of destroying the toys. It seems to really do something for him. Let's just kind of do this.
Bam!
Don't mind. Oh, so that's a ret paladin. I see. I understand. There's an extra paladin. I should. My Gladius is a little bit.
Bam!
I'm confused. I'm just gonna go.
Avenging Wrath.
Bam!
They kind of want me a little bit. If they want me, they're gonna have to pull away from their healer, though. So they're on the ret paladin, which is hard to see because my Gladius is not working correctly.
Bam!
Avatar.
Bam!
Oh, just a lot of damage. Do you have a favorite PvP game?
Bam!
Do I have a favorite PvP game? Like aside from WoW? My Gladius has just been kind of wonky since the patch. It should be fine for the subsequent rounds. It's just the first match that gets kind of funky. The tier set does apply in PvP. You can get PvP tier, which is the same set bonuses, but you just catalyze conquest pieces, and then you can get the set bonus that way. Like League of Legends? Oh. No. Outside of WoW, I don't really play many PvP games. I don't think I play any. Is there any? No. Outside of WoW, I like economy RPGs and survival games. I want to be like planting some carrots and selling them for a profit. I want to play Stardew Valley. Animal Crossing, maybe.
Avatar.
Bam!
Fear.
Bam!
Okay, I see.
Bam!
Avenging Wrath.
Bam!
Shadow Fury. Searing glare. Chaos bolt.
I've kind of hit a wall a little bit in Shuffle, and it's not like I really need to push rating or anything. I just need to keep playing games. But I would love if I could just like nip to 1800 real quick. I
Fear.
guess I'm just not there. Oh, they do have a
Chaos bolt.
Bam!
but I can't complain if I'm not going
Fear.
to put any effort into getting any better. I
Avatar.
am standing right in line of sight of that.
Fear.
I would like to not be. Here, let's get you.
Shadow Fury. Fear.
I just need to play a bunch. It's just a question of like when, you know?
Bam!
Fear. Fear.
Find me. Just donating my iron bark to charity?
Searing glare. Repentance. Fear.
Bam!
Chaos bolt.
Avenging Wrath.
Shattering throw. Chaos bolt.
Bam.
Fear. Fear. Chaos bolt.
Oh, they killed the warrior! That was lucky. I was falling behind. Bright Eyes, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it very much. The BAM sound is marking that my life bloom has fallen off of myself, and I need to reapply it to get my my photosynthesis buff back. The other sounds are all kind of extraneous. The squeal, the slide whistle sound and squeal is that kind of reminds me of a starling. It just means that my efflorescence has fallen off, which I mean, it's nice to have efflow down, but it's not something you're really going to get the same kind of 100% uptime on. Oh. See, I'm having a real hard time with my targets. That's not what we want to do. That's not how we want to do this at all. I sunk a growth into, like the one that applies all your hots. I sunk it into myself.
Repentance. Fear.
Greedy.
Repentance. Fear. Repentance.
Bam!
Fear. Chaos bolt.
Bam!
Chaos bolt.
Bam!
Chaos bolt.
I feel like watching the Flintstones now.
Bam!
It's like Pavlov's dog experiments. Thanks for your content, husband and I adore you. Hope you're doing well. Glad to sub. Oh shucks. A few sound cues, but I need more since I respond well to them. Yeah. I discovered in Shadowlands that the one way to make me not forget something was to assign the cat meow sound to it, because I am highly, as a person with a cat, highly sensitive to the cat meows. It is immediately met with a coming response. So I used it in Shadowlands to track the uptime on my the legendary that you had to juggle. I forget what it's called now. Flash concentration. No fun. That's my warrior. That's my warlock. That's my warrior. That's some luck.
Bam! Bam!
Repentance.
I'm not the best at shifting rep.
Bam!
Avenging Wrath. Repentance.
Bam!
Repentance.
Bam!
I think one of the DPS is just performing really strongly.
Bam!
Repentance.
It always bothered me that Treeform saves you from poly, but not red.
Bam!
I know it's just how it works, but I conflate the two a lot, I guess.
Bam!
Almost done mount collecting the Emerald Dream. How bad of a slog is Zarelot Cavern gonna be? For mount collecting, I don't think Zarelot Cavern is that bad, especially nowadays. The biggest thing... So the Magma Slug is fine. The Seething Slug is not too bad to get anymore because there's not as much competition for it. My biggest tip for the Seething Slug, which is collecting a bunch of orbs that are shared spawns, is to try it in war mode at an off-peak hour. And you might be able to just grab them. Karakta is a rare drop mount from a rare. That's kind of annoying. I don't have that one yet.
Shadow Fury.
And then the ret mounts are fine. They're not too bad. Where do we want to go?
Fear.
I think this is going to be a tough round to win, but we have won 3, so... I'm going to sit that. And that.
Chaos Bolt. Avenging Wrath. Fear. Fear.
So that paladin wants to
Repentance. Chaos Bolt.
So I'm going to shift that repentance. I want to get in line with that paladin. Please, thank you.
Repentance.
I'm shifting
Fear.
that repentance. I ate the fear.
Shadow Fury.
Good times I need to use
Bam.
Shadow Fury.
that.
Chaos Bolt.
Cooldown.
Fear. Searing Glare. Fear. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Repentance. Shadow Fury.
Bam!
anything to save you.
Fear.
I have nothing. Do you prefer dungeon or raid healing? More comfortable in a raid since I'm not the only healer. I find raid healing to be easier in that respect, but because of that, I find it less exciting. I find it can sometimes verge on a little boring, whereas dungeon healing feels more like dynamic, but I do think raid healing is the easier one to start with. Hobbs, CBG, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. WoW Arena doesn't really change all that much. Patch to patch, expansion to expansion. Like, the buttons get different, but the gist of it's... I might sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. I won't.
Bam!
Avatar.
Why did I do that? You see that they both have freedom up and you press in Ursol's vortex.
Searing glare.
Ursol has limits, you know? My warlock. I need them. I need them in the line.
Avenging Wrath. Repentance.
Bam!
Repentance. Repentance.
No! I tried! I global lock myself all the time doing that. Boy. Alright. That's about enough out of you. Except for when I get interrupted. I
Bam!
got bubble. I might lose my my friend here.
Avatar.
I would love to win fort.
Repentance.
Shift.
Repentance. Repentance.
Bam!
Repentance.
I'm a little worried about my paladin. Yes! We did it! Go team! We got 18 rating, and then a big chunk of honor, and some conquest. And 4-0, I'm happy with that. Love your content, keep it coming. TIL travel from stops repentance. Yeah, it's nice. It's almost annoying being able to shift polys and hexes and reps because then you're expected to, and it's genuinely hard to watch something happening on short notice. Gladiator Losa helps, but only if you have low latency sound, and I'm using like old-fashioned Bluetooth earphones right now, so it kind of doesn't help me. By the time I hear the repentance sound, it's way too late. You have to be watching the frame. And there's like a lot of things to watch. I don't know. Top PvPers are really good at that, and they take it for granted, and it's really hard when you're first starting out, or even when you're just medium starting out, to keep an eye on that kind of thing all the time, and to not, because if you stop watching for like a second, that's as long as it takes for them to get you. There isn't really any special meaning to Hazelnutty. I'm Hazel. Perhaps I used to be nuttier. I don't feel particularly nutty anymore. Oh, how are we doing vault-wise? 2 of 3 options unlocked. Happy with that. It's only Friday, so we got a couple more days of shuffle. And then winning that one, still 1750, and then 20% towards the Vicious Moon Beast. Oh. Still not great at it. It's hard. You combine that with trying to like line of sight your fears and your cyclones, and juking interrupts and stuff. It's just a lot to keep track of. Alrighty. We're switching gears. We're gonna pop on the Paladin and we're gonna do a little bit, like a half an hour's worth of Paladin campaign. Thanks for your raid guides. They help me so much. Oh, cheers. I'm glad they work for you. Alright, well, his bags are awful. Let's go find a nice vendor. I like selling to the fruit vendor when I can because he's a tree. When the War Within comes out, you should release the Farat Guide out of spite. I mean, it's not like it's finished and I'm holding on to it. I'll put it out as soon as it's done. It's just not done. I have problems. Here we go. Yeah. I'm gonna stick Ash. I might need it. I was gonna stick Ashbringer in the bank, but I'd hate for it to come up. Alright, we gotta go back to the class order hall. Dismissed my Voidwalker. He had a new bit of dialogue that I'd never heard before. Do we know of new demon dialogue? That's the first I've heard of it. Maybe they added something. They've added new demon customizations recently. I wonder if there's new lines tied to those. I'm not familiar enough with Warlocks. I wouldn't be able to say if anything's new or not. Okay. Translation delivered. I wonder... Actually, I can find out. What is it? What is it called? I have a button for it, Tom. Yeah. Legion. Paladin. Okay, so we're... Oh, we're working on it. We just gotta keep going. That add-on is BTW Quests. Lets you kind of see where you are in different quest chains. It's a bit wonky for, it's a little wonky for this one because it still shows breaching the tomb being required when I don't believe it is anymore. I think they took that requirement out. She's still RPing. There we go. Now what? Black Rookhold. I can do Black Rookhold. Anything that's gonna get me there any faster? Actually, you know what? If we can go back to Valdrakken, we can take the Valshara port there. Is WoW worth getting back to? Depends on if you like WoW and if you want to play it. I think so, but I never left it. I've been here. Bless you for running him while I'm gonna plateware. He just needs it. It just does him good. He wouldn't do anything less. We're going to take the Timeways portal because that's up this season. Add-on for the Dungeon Journal. It tracks various quest lines. It's really useful if you're trying to do like Lore Master, or if you're just kind of like lost in a quest line and you want to figure out where you left off and where the piece, like where you're at in something. You can kind of dig through the quest lines and find it that way. So I don't think I need to do it on any particular difficulty. Is there any particular difficulty for Black Rookhold where I'm missing transmog? And then let's turn it on to character specific. So he's only got 6 of 11 pieces out of heroic BRH. Whereas he's got 8 of 11 for the other ones. He could get a breastplate from Amalgam or gauntlets. Yeah, we'll do it on heroic. I don't see why not. I think he can solo that. Yeah, of course he can. He can solo Mythic Freehold. This is before then. And then you'd think I would remember where it is. Yeah, because I've been running to do this one as a key. I had to use it doing quests in Dazarlor. Had to look through a ton of quest lines. Yeah, that's fair. There's a weird mog from Mythic plus Darkheart Thicket for Pallies. What kind of weird mog? So he needs, yeah, all kinds of stuff. It's fun to just have a good excuse to run an old dungeon. I miss Mog farming. We'll do a lot of this when War Within comes out, or War Within pre-patch comes out, assuming that we're not too busy delving or whatever else we do in War Within. Evening, Hazel and chat. Good evening. Naranja 2K13. Thanks for the 7-month resub. Love chain pulling the entire dungeon and then whirlwinding the whole thing. Any luck? Nope. I wonder if the boulders still kill you. If they're not scaled damage, if I could still... Because I know in Mythic Plus the boulders can kill you because I have checked. What's your goal here? I am currently chipping away the Paladin Legion Class Order Hall campaign, and I need to do Blackrock Hold for the quest. I want the mount specifically. I want the Paladin mounts from the Class Order Hall campaign. They still stun you. Completely forgot about delves. I'm very curious to see delves in action when we get them on like a test realm. Because I'm curious as to what the higher level difficulty delves are going to be like. Because obviously they can scale up the mobs perfectly fine, but like, are they gonna make the puzzles harder? I don't know. They said some of it is gonna be like puzzle based, right? Kind of like a dig is these days, and those seem like they're pretty easily just solved for. It's like an interesting way to try to turn up difficulty in an MMO. I feel like they're probably just gonna tune up the handful of boss enemies that's in them and then call that good. Thermedian, thank you for the 2-month resub. But we don't know yet. We won't know until we see them in testing and then see what they turn out to be. Hopefully it's not hive mind puzzle levels. Yeah, that would be, I think, unpopular. I think I would love digs or delves if they were less like sniff and seek digs and more like Torghast. But that's just because I like combat. I thought that was cool. I don't know if I want to just do a lot of puzzles. 100 nodes of untangle the wires. Go at it, champ. Yeah, we'll see. I'm probably not being very fair to it. I'm probably going to end up doing a bunch of it, like on any given character that I'm trying to gear up. Wither training was a lot of fun. You liked Wither training? Did I like Wither training? I'm glad somebody liked Wither training. Yeah, the Nazjatar puzzles were great. I want those back as world quests every single expansion. Wagsy, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Alright. Operation Don't Get Smushed. It's the second one that's trouble. Never got the fox mount. That one can be elusive sometimes. I do not miss the turtle tower defense. I forgot about the turtle one. You didn't play it as tower defense though, right? It was just like getting the turtle through the maze, basically. What's the point of a follower in a delve if you won't say, "Aw, I don't smell anything" in a southern accent? What kind of niffin did you have? How are you today? Good evening from France. Good evening. Welcome. Bienvenue. Raid guides helped me get a main spot in a Mythic Guild. Wow! Holy smokes! Congratulations! It's higher than I raid. On the shore you had to shoot the birds and the crabs. That one. That one. Now see, if I could have put down turrets for that anti-seagull artillery, that would have been better. Turtle made it to the water. I liked how they showed the conflict from both sides. You know, it's a delicate ecosystem. Some turtles are gonna make it and some turtles just aren't. You know, seagulls gotta eat. Yeah, I did it. It's funny how I can do it when the stakes are nothing, but as soon as we get into Mythic Plus, all of a sudden I'm like a wreck. When was the last time you guys played a good tower defense game? I wonder if that's ever gonna make a comeback. Do we think, I played Dungeon Defenders a long time ago. I thought that was awesome. I liked that a lot. Got Ghost Color to comment on the mass environmental destruction we were causing by saving all the turtles and the millions of crabs and seagulls that we killed. What you farming today? Right now I'm working on Legion Class Order Hall Paladin campaign. I did my freehold chances. I got my Sword Army rep finished today. That was kind of cool. Still take balloons TD from time to time. Me with the DOTI no death achieve can run it on a +18 until you tell me I can't die in a 0 and then I just walk into the fire. I've been too scared to try that for that exact reason. I think the pressure's gonna make me blow it. I haven't done Deathless Dawn. I have not played Orcs Must Die. I remember hearing about it. Just did the quest line. I am now a High Lord. Congratulations, High Lord. Anthus is going to make a wonderful High Lord.
4, 3,
he wants his mounts.
1.
Any achieves you want to get done before Dragonflight ends? Not so much achievements, no. Mainly just the, mainly just working on seasonal stuff, so I'm trying to get the Season's Vicious mount. I'm very slowly chipping away at that with Solo Shuffle. And then, I'm sure there'll be next season, when Season 4 comes out, I'm sure there's going to be something for doing the Fated Raids or whatever they decide to call them, and then another Mythic Plus mount, maybe? Word and Profession points catch up? I don't think they're doing any catch up. I think that the catch up is that they've added a couple of patches worth of zones that have one-time knowledge points that you can go get, so you can start off at a higher level than you would have been able to start off with at the beginning, but I don't think at this point they're going to add any meaningful points catch up. And there's an argument to be made that maybe they shouldn't, because it's like an economy thing. The group I did the Deathless run with was disgustingly overgeared. I'm 484 and was the least geared. Oh. Instead of a jelly cat, what if the fated mount is a jelly dragon? I require some kind of a duck. Somebody in chat suggested a duck. And I agree. I want a duck. I would like it to be a duck. One duck, please. I could probably put together a deathless run on stream. I could just like post up a group finder for it sometime and just take like ridiculously overgeared experienced people, and we could just very carefully do it. Because all you have to do is like beat the dungeon deathless, right? Do you have to do anything else? Asuna. So I could get to Asuna actually by going out of here. Where is the port to? Is there a port to Dalaran from the? There is. There it is. There is. Okay. So I want to go out here and then Orgrimmar and then there's an Asuna port because they added one. You have to do the hard mode. It's not just Deathless. It's Deathless hard mode. Oh, I would have to look more up. I would have to look that up then. I don't know much about that. Thank you. Peanut butter porcupine? Peanut butter porcupine and a jelly duck? Does it give a mount? Deathless Dawn of the Infinites. Hard mode Deathless Dawn of the Infinites. Is there a mount involved? Got my drop. Thanks, Hazel. Cheers, Matuba. No mount transmog set. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I do like Mog. I do collect Mog, technically speaking. Although whenever I open up all the things in any old zone like this, all of a sudden it's like, whoa! There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff I don't have. Some of it's cool. It's kind of a big axe. It's the Infinite Dragonflight version of the Season 2 set. Yeah, if you get it for all classes, that would be pretty sweet. Are we recovering journal pages from mobs, or are we just looting them off the ground here? What are we saying? What does it say? Seek the missing pages, thanks. I mean, I'll kill a handful of mobs just in case. They don't have anything in the mouse over tooltip, but sometimes they don't. I need 8 pages. They ever changed Keystone Master Mount season to season other than recolor? Not within an expansion, as far as I know. So we would be expecting another Armor Eden. I feel like they varied the Dragonflight Armor Edens more than they varied the Shadowlands Storm Elemental looking things. The Dragonflight ones look more distinct from each other, but also like nobody rides them because they're ground mounts. I've not seen a Dragonflight Keystone Master Mount in the wild. It's one of those things you just kind of get and then you stick in your journal and you never look at it again. So I'm starting to think that they're going to be looted on the ground. Oh, no, I looted one from a dude. Okay, good to know. Let's round up a bunch of dudes. I wonder if it's just the Felguards or if it's anybody. Love the Restoration Keystone map from Shadowlands. Can't go wrong with purple and gold. Do you guys have a favorite Keystone Master map from Dragonflight so far? Like, of the Armor Edens. Armoredon. There was the green one from this season. There was the fiery one from the second season. There was the icy one from the first season. Does anybody have any feelings about these, or did we all like collectively decide to not worry about it? Second season, season 2 for sure. Inferno by far. I kind of like the frosty one. He looks chilly. He doesn't have the same effects. Like the second one has actual like fire effects on his back, so that is kind of cool. This one's got antlers. Got sick when Dragonflight launched. That semi-ruined my momentum getting started. I feel that. Sometimes your first impression can really make or break a game for you, even if the first impression doesn't really have much to do with what the game was doing, and just, you know, timing sometimes. I'd rather not share my feelings towards this map. That's fair. That is reasonable. Cool if it left fire footprints. Yeah, I want to look at the frost one now. The hailstorm one. Did it have similar effects? Yeah, it does actually. It's just very subtle. It does kind of have like some mist coming off of it. I think that is Shadowlands in a nutshell. COVID was the biggest issue for me. Green one could have left druid flowers or something. Running into mission, not great. Yeah. They're different, at least. I can't say I really ride the Shadowlands ones either. I just like collecting them. I like feeling like I got them because I know they're not available anymore. So I just kind of like, you know, pocketing away the token, the entry for each season. It's like collecting baseball cards or something. Opportunity was missed not making the storm one, maybe next season. Yeah, I wonder what the fourth one would be like. It's nice that the Shadowlands ones flew, yeah. WoW is all about grinding currencies, but I played Guild Wars 2 where the currencies are locked behind content you can't access. I don't really mind currencies. I find that they're a perfectly fine means to an end for rewards. And currencies usually are indicating like a more predictable being able to get a reward, because usually if there's a currency you can grind it, which means that you can get the stuff within like a finite amount of time, as opposed to a pure RNG grind where you're just hoping that eventually it drops and you can do it infinitely and get really unlucky. You can argue that we have too many currencies, but I don't mind them going to the currency tab because I'd rather have them be there than the bags. As long as they don't take up bag space. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of where I've landed. I don't really like unnecessary bag clutter. Shadowlands was really bad for it. Like all the anima items. That felt unnecessary to me. That felt like they were just trying to obscure how much of a currency anima was by like giving you these different things, and then you get 13 of these ones that are like 5 anima each or whatever. And it was that just felt completely like nonsense. Plus it like ruined your bags at the same time. Primal Stones, untapped forbidden knowledge, only one's currency. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Good having something to do, not like a waiting thing. I don't know if there's going to be another like time gated portion to this, or if I've finished the time gated part already. What do they keep removing Valor? I think usually every time they remove Valor, it's because they have a different idea about how to accomplish the same thing. Currently, that would be with Flight Stones and Crests. But they've, like, you guys are right, they've brought it back and then killed it a handful of times. It's also been in different versions. Like, Valor was badges for some time, and then it became points. But I do like that at least some currencies are, you know, carried between expansions, like your Honor and Conquest. And that was what was nice about Valor and Justice, was that you weren't having to learn a new different currency every expansion for each new thing. Got my Grim Campfire toy. Nice! Yeah, I don't mind Flintstones personally. I kind of like them. I think they could use some improvements. I think the cap is absurd. It's like crazy low, if there should even be a cap at all. And I would like to be able to send Flightstones to alts with a penalty, sure, like even if it's just half. But being able to, like, sending Flightstones to alts seems pretty harmless, because they're not going to let you upgrade your gear to like some crazy level. It's the kind of thing your alt could get from World Quest anyways. It's just kind of time saving at that point. Those would be, if it was up to me, those would be the two changes I would make, because I would uncap them or set the cap really high, and I would make it so that you could send them to alts. But maybe the War Within will do something about it, because sending currencies to alts via like a mailable bag item is also super clunky, and that's something that I think they're trying to get away from as they make more things account wide. We'll have to see. I don't know. Cap feels awful if you do any form of endgame content. Yeah, my priest, my main, has been like giga capped. She's just been burnt. Like, she's done raid nights where she's getting nothing. She doesn't need the crests anymore. She's super capped on fragments. She doesn't have the other crest that she needs to spend any more fragments. It's just like, it's all burnt. It's for nothing. And that feels pretty bad. Need a new chair? Mine's killing my back. What's yours? Do you recommend? This is a Herman Miller Embody. I like it a lot. I do recommend it. They're really expensive. I will say that you can sometimes find them secondhand, but it's an expensive ergonomic chair. And it's not going to, like, it's a good chair, but whether or not it's worth the amount of money that they want for it is a very personal assessment. I also don't know if it's the best Herman Miller chair for me. I think the best thing I can say about it is I don't notice back pain unless I've been sitting badly. Like it's kind of an absence of suffering rather than like a really good thing. I think there might be a different chair model for them that would be more comfortable for me, but I don't know. It's not like I'm just going to get one of each and then find out. Yeah, I think if I could do it again, I would maybe try the Aeron, or maybe one day I'll get an Aeron and then because I know my partner also likes this chair. We'll see. Alright, I need to find a lot more allies to rescue. I haven't been swinging by them. They're around. I think I just have to like run close to them and then maybe kill the mob next to them. Does that work? You don't have to talk to them or anything. They just... Hello? Consider yourself rescued. You're immobilized. Oh, do I have to put freedom on you? Oh, there's different things you have to do. Oh, that's kind of cute. I should have paid more attention. I get it. All right. Well, what's your problem? You're immobilized too. Well, it sucks to be you. My freedom is on cooldown. Yeah, I didn't mind spending the money on the chair. I didn't receive this one. I bought it on my own because it's the kind of thing that you don't do very often. Like you get a good chair, and assuming that you don't do anything really crazy to it, it's not going anywhere. They last a long time. There's a reason there's a really strong secondhand market for them, is that they live a long time. Does dispelling them or bop work? Trapped, immobilized. Dispel. Let's lay on hands. That's Belarus. Where is Dispel? For that matter, where's Bop? Oh, I'm prod spec'd. I might not be spec'd into it. Yeah, I probably should dump some flight stones into those account-bound items. I think you need a Mythic Plus rating in order to do that, but I do have Mythic Plus rating. So this one is a disease, so that really does need a dispel. There's Cleanse Toxins. That'll help you. You're injured, so you need a heal. This is kind of cute. I kind of like this. I think that the trapped ones need a freedom, if I had to guess. You're dead. So you need a res because you've died. Sorry about that. Bad day. Started a huge leveling challenge last week. I made a Draenei Shaman. Level locking them so I can level in every zone, every X-Pack, chronological order. Oh, that's really cool. I bet you'll collect a bunch of stuff along the way too. It's a good idea. I'm a pally, right? His name is Anthus the Fabulous. He is a blood elf. He is glorious. He's fairly recent. He's one of my newer alts. You're diseased. You're so diseased that your name is now diseased. You are the diseased Silverhand Knight. You're never gonna get rid of that. People will call you that forever. You're trapped. How do you go about finding members to replace people? I can try and answer, but I'm gonna be making stuff up. I've never done guild recruitment. I've never put myself in a leadership position in a group where I'm doing that. But basically, yeah, you would be recruiting. You would probably put recruitment posts out, maybe on your server's forums. Ask your friends to put out some feelers, and when you get prospective people, depending on how tight your group is, you might want to interview people to find out if they have the same kind of expectations for rating, find out, kind of what the vibe is, run the general lay of the land by them, that kind of thing. And then, give them a raid schedule and have them on. But I think different groups will do it in different ways. Okay, we did it. Where do I turn this in? Back in the place. I wonder if there's a shortcut or if I should just hearth. I've got a minute 45 before I can hearth out of here. I don't know if there's a... I don't know how to get out of here. Short of my dollar on Hearthstone, which will be up shortly. You guys got any of them portals? One thing you can look into, Slim Shady, is some stores might have models. They might have floor models of the Herman Miller chairs where you can go sit in them and, like, see for yourself which kind of format you like. That might be a good thing. I know that around here, I think the Monk offices have them. You can kind of look around and see which retailers carry them and see if they have floor models. Because it is a big investment. I didn't do that, mind you. That's advice that I did not take myself. I just YOLO pressed the trigger, but that's because I don't go places. Probably where, yeah, freed the glowing dude. She is a lady. We'll just use our Hearthstone. We got 30 seconds. I can clean up my bags in the meantime. Unless there's a different person I freed. There might have been. This one, this one, this one. Legion artifact relics. There's a system I don't miss. I don't know why I hated them so much. It was just like, we get all this loot, it's like, oh boy, it's a blood relic. Wow. So exciting. I can't wait to vendor this. Okay. Oh, it's noon. When did that happen? Let's turn these in and see if... I mean, I don't think I'm really at the end of the campaign. I don't think they're going to be like, here, Hazel, have the mounts. Congratulations, you're welcome. But I can go find out. You can vendor the relics now. I think maybe at the time you couldn't do it, but you can vendor them now. They'll get you a couple gold each. Gotta wrap up soon. One day. This is gonna summon Blanchy and get eaten. If any horse was gonna do it too, you know it would be Blanchy. So we're getting a new follower, I think. Soon. I get the bindings of the silver hand. I get some order resources. We'll need that. I keep throwing out these Heart of Azeroth items. I don't know where I keep picking them up from. It must be freehold. Oh, and he's got some polished pet charms too. Okay. I can get another one of those if it ever comes up again. Oh, they have so much talking to do. What? Is it time? Oh, I think we're getting close to the end. Because we just decided that we were going to defend the Netherlight Temple, and I know that was like the big last thing. Although we've only earned 2 pieces of the Class Order hull set, so maybe we're not so far in. Maybe there's a lot more. So we get a Pawnee Breakname. Murad would have been here. Buy a lot of the order. You needed to buy a lot of it? Oh, well, that's good news. So yeah, you do your thing. I probably shouldn't have started all this RP when I was so hungry. I could probably do this later. We're wrapping up soon. Oh boy, I can vendor that for 50 gold. Me too. Just to fit in. I don't think you have to kneel, but I didn't want to be the only person standing. I don't know. I like the Paladin Order Hall, but it's no Netherlight Temple. So am I making her into a paladin? Like an honorary paladin, I guess. That's funny. They should not have let... It's like when you realize that you have powers to like G-invite people when you really shouldn't have. Yeah, now she's my follower. Oh, look at her. She's got plate on now. Congratulations. You can just switch classes. Precedent, ladies and gentlemen. Friends. Haven't unlocked Flying in Zareth Mortis. Don't know if I want to. Flying in Zareth Mortis. Oh, I mean, if you want to collect any of the stuff, you simply must. It's a beautiful zone. It's got lovely things to go collect. So I don't need that. What do you want? Missions? Oh, your lettuce or yours? Easy enough. These must have been difficult to come by very, yeah. Oh, there's more missions. Excellent. This is precisely where I wanted to be. And then 10 world quests, fine. If I'm gonna need lots of missions, then I may as well start doing it now. Lumenstone, you betcha. Let's do you and you. And what are you saying? Wow, my odds are not very good. Oh, I guess we're kind of low level. So it looks like 76 is as good as it's gonna get. Oh man, okay. Too many followers. Oh. Well, bad news for you. Reactivating follow. Oh, yay. Well, good luck. And then this is like basically not worth sending out. That's not happening. Okay, well, Anthus has got some mission tabling to do for a while. Good that we got it to the next spot. I got the Tattered Dreamleaf quest. Can you explain while I'm 5 should I abandon? Try to do a quick check in Wowhead. I don't know anything that you wouldn't find in Wowhead. I'm not familiar with that one, or if I am, I've forgotten. Like the first Night Elf Paladin, apparently? Huh. Alright. I am finished for today. I shall be back tomorrow for a Saturday stream. We're all out of freehold attempts for the week, so we're gonna have to find something else to do. But I betcha it's gonna be okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.